Imagine the relief of securing fair compensation for an accident you were in, where the insurance companies aren't dictating what's good enough and your injuries and suffering are truly acknowledged. Whether it's an auto accident, a workplace injury, or slip and fall, Phillips Law Firm has dedicated over 2 decades to ensuring their clients receive the rightful compensation and attention they deserve. Call 1-800-JUSTICE today or visit justiceforyou.com. They don't win, you don't pay. Phillips Law Firm, justice for you.
Want a little more pleasure in your life? Make 2024 your year to experience more pleasure than you thought possible. Lovers has the best adult toys, lingerie, and accessories to explore alone or together. Let our associates guide you on your pleasure journey and save 20% on your purchase with Lovers Afterglow rewards. Just mention Love20 at one of our 18 Western Washington locations. Offer valid with free Lovers Afterglow rewards membership until January 31st. Some exclusions apply.
Your home is going into foreclosure and you feel like a financial wreck. You don't know where to turn for accurate information. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne. Let's talk about some legal options. If we work quickly, we can propose a plan to save your home, modify the loan, or in many cases even eliminate your second mortgage. The consultation is free. I've helped hundreds of people just like you make informed decisions about whether to save their home or exit it on a reasonable, organized timeline. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. Big doings today, mate. There's a lot going on.
Yes.
I don't know if you heard, there's some rumor mill out there that somebody might be having his last show tomorrow. I don't know.
Who is this person?
Yeah. Pixar it didn't have it.
Is it that Sounders player, Lodiero?
Yeah, that's what it is.
Okay.
Yeah. That's it. Whatever, however he says his name. Yeah,
Nico, right?
Yeah, Nico. Yeah, that guy.
Sounders man.
Yeah, no, it's that other guy. It's that Danny Bonaducci guy. It's him. He's having his last show.
Yes,
yeah.
And then another certain special person as well.
Yeah, well, and also today, forget that guy. So, I realized, Steve, as if you don't know, tomorrow's my last show on KISW. It's not a bit. It's not a hoax. We have Coach for Kids Day today, so we're going to spend a lot of time talking about that, obviously. But I realized, because of what you've done for tomorrow's show, I had a whole idea what I was going to do, but there's going to be no time because you've got a whole cavalcade of stars.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, everybody that's been a part of your life, not everybody, but a lot of people who've been a part of your life are going to be joining us tomorrow, from Duff McKagan to John Ryan, Sarah Colonna, Craig Gass, of course, Bob Rivers, Brother Weeze, the guy who, you first...
he was the one that got me, taught me how to do everything.
He's to blame. Yeah. And then a bunch of other people as well.
Yeah, so I may use some parts of today to do what I thought I was going to do tomorrow, because I don't think I'm going to have time tomorrow to do because you have all these stars.
Oh, well, sounds good to me.
Yeah, but also it is Coach for Kids Day. And look, this is a big thing for us. In the history of BJ and Migs, we love helping out kids that do not have stuff, especially kids that are in foster situations, whatever, or temporary housing situations. Me being an adopted kid, I always have a warm spot for that. And, they need coats. It's cold out there, and we're trying to raise basically $2,500 coats for these kids.
Which equals out to about $50,000. We are getting closer to our goal. It's a lofty goal, of course, of $50,000. Right now, we are at $17,216 raised, thanks to all the Rockaholics. And I want to give a big shout out to a very special Rockaholic who I did not even realize. I guess now we can call him a Rockaholic. Somebody made a $5,000 donation yesterday, right before we finished the show.
Thank you so much. They must want me to really listen to Pearl Jam's 10.
Well, here's the crazy part. This person you might know. This person you probably love and will love after hearing who it is. So I'm looking at this whole thing, and it says Brent Smith is the person who donated $5,000. And I'm like, that name sounds really familiar.
Yeah.
So I realized, is that the lead singer of Shinedown?
What?
And so I text Ryan Cass. I'm like, hey, did the lead singer of Shinedown just donate $5,000 for Coach for Kids? Like, what is going on? And he's like, I don't know, maybe, or is this just maybe a Rockaholic band named Brent Smith? So Ryan's like, you know what? I'll reach out to their management, because there's nothing on his social media page saying he's doing this. His management didn't let anybody know here that he was like, it wasn't like a PR move on his part. So Ryan finally tracks down the manager, And then the manager has to track down Brent and then finds out and confirms, yes, indeed, Brent Smith from Shinedown donated $5,000 to Coach for Kids, which, I mean, every time we've talked to that guy and had him on, he's always been a stand-up dude and a great guy to the station. But there's a big difference from just being a nice guy that does interviews to a guy who drops $5,000 for Coach for Kids.
Oh, Brent, that is, that's really... You just love stuff like that.
Yeah, and it's like not on his, he didn't pull as you love The Rock, where there's a humble brag on his social media page.
That's why Brent's my new favorite guy.
Amazing, dude. I already was a fan of the guy, but that just took it to a whole other level. That's phenomenal.
And that's what we're trying to do today. And it doesn't matter. Obviously, look, Brent has a fantastic career. It's so kind of him to do that. But really, if you can do anything, that's what it just takes. It just takes numbers. If everybody just dropped $5, I mean, we would do so well. And $5 is nothing. So, all it takes is $20 to put a brand new coat on a kid. So if 4 of you just go, I'm going to drop $5, all of a sudden we have another coat.
Yes, absolutely.
So we are going to spend a lot of time today really, really trying to get that going because, well, it is Coach for Kids Day. And we're doing it all day long, right, I think?
Absolutely. All day with the men's room, with Ryan Castle, Taryn Daly. We're all just trying to raise as much money as humanly possible. And again, massive shout out to Brent and the boys in Shinedown. They did not have to do that.
No, thank you so much. And
I know we didn't do it for this reason, but check out their new record, Planet Zero. We should probably play one of the Shinedown songs.
I think so, yeah.
It's only fair.
No, you're right. If you didn't recognize his name, you would never have known he did it, and all the steps you had to track down to figure out, indeed, it was Brent.
And the way we see the names is on their website, but after 5 names, if people donate, those names disappear, and we have no way to track, we can't keep tabs of that. So I'm just glad that myself and Ryan Castle were just scrolling and be like, who just donated $5,000? And we would have had no idea, and he probably would have never said anything.
Wow, that's so awesome. And, of course, it's awesome. Everybody giving what they can give is awesome. It just touches our heart a little bit when somebody in the business of the music that we play, they just found our station, saw we were doing this thing, and said, yeah, I'd like to help on without even saying they're doing it. Mm-hmm. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So Coach for Kids Day, if you want to donate, you can text KISW GIVE to 44321, or you could head to KISW.com to donate today. We're going to be doing it all day long, plus I might be saying stuff about tomorrow's show. We'll see what happens. I don't know. I don't know what the hell's going on. But we do have a couple of thieves who argued for lesser charges because they had coupons for the stuff they stole. Steve will tell you all about it with a Migs report at 6:17 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
Imagine the relief of securing fair compensation for an accident you were in, where the insurance companies aren't dictating what's good enough and your injuries and suffering are truly acknowledged. Whether it's an auto accident, a workplace injury, or slip and fall, Phillips Law Firm has dedicated over 2 decades to ensuring their clients receive the rightful compensation and attention they deserve. Call 1-800-JUSTICE today or visit justiceforyou.com. They don't win, you don't pay. Phillips Law Firm, justice for you.
Want a little more pleasure in your life? Make 2024 your year to experience more pleasure than you thought possible. Lovers has the best adult toys, lingerie, and accessories to explore alone or together. Let our associates guide you on your pleasure journey and save 20% on your purchase with Lovers Afterglow rewards. Just mention Love20 at one of our 18 Western Washington locations. Offer valid with free Lovers Afterglow rewards membership until January 31st. Some exclusions apply.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. It's Coach for Kids Day. You know us, man. We get together with the Washington State Council of Firefighters, Operation Warm. You're going to hear about this all day long because it is Coach for Kids Day. We got to get 2,500 coats on these kids.
Yeah. And that's how $50,000 raised in the Rockaholics are starting to step it up. And I got to show a lot of love to people like Brandon Heidel. We said any amount helps. $5, $500, doesn't matter. He donated $5, and that's very appreciated. April Vertis donated $100 to Coach for Kids. Thank you, April. Thanks to Josh for donating $200.
Wow. You know the math on that? Because we do $20 for a coat, $200. What's that get us?
What are you doing this to me? Is that 5 coats? No, 10 coats.
There we go. Woo! There we go, buddy. I knew you could do it.
I'm glad Mom's in charge of helping Tatum learn.
Yeah.
Lucas Bogues donated $20. That's a brand new coat on a kid in need. And Rod Money gave us some of his money, $50.
Rod Money. What a great name.
That is an awesome name for many levels.
A lot of people have done so many wonderful things. I want to thank Palace Law for matching up to $1,000 in donations. We've made it easy all day long. We're trying to get to 50,000. Also, don't forget, if we get to 50,000 by a certain time, I have to listen to Pearl Jam's 10 in its entirety. We'll play it on the Rock today. We'll just break all programming, and play 10 in its entirety to get Steve to finally have a dream come true.
But we got like a 40-ish minutes to pull that off.
Oh, yeah, that's not going to happen.
I don't think it's going to happen. That's okay. Well. We keep on trying. You never know. Maybe, I don't know, member of Pearl Jam will hear that and be like, yeah, I want BJ to hear our record. Probably not, but
that would be pretty cool.
I do have the album queued up already.
All right.
This is amazing.
Well, I know that some people we know people that really know people.
Yeah.
And who knows? You just never know.
You just never know. But you know what? If it comes in a little bit later than 7, we have a little wiggle room.
I got to say this. If anybody from Pearl Jam calls in and makes a donation, I think I have to do it if we have time.
What if they make a donation of $5?
Well, first of all, I will go, okay, I will listen to your album, but you, sir, could do better. Either way, though, you can text KISW Give to 44321 to donate today. Text KISW Give to 44321 or head to KISW.com.
Well informed on the issues of the day? Not this guy. Live from the KISW News Center in downtown Seattle, this is the Migs Report.
Well, thanks, you guys. Thanks to Palace Law for giving us the Migs Report. And today, it's National Screwdriver Day. Maybe the drink, maybe the tool, whatever you feel like doing.
Or if you're a Doctor Who fan, the sonic screwdriver.
All right, fine. You can do that today. I'm not going to tell you not to. Or you maybe make yourself a drink and you stir it with an actual screwdriver.
Like that plan.
It's also Monkey Day, so...
Oh, hey, get a monkey to screw your screwdriver with a screwdriver.
And here's my question. Yeah. I know there's a song about chestnuts roasting on an open fire.
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire.
Didn't necessarily need you to sing it, but
it's not King BJ. What are you talking about?
But today is Roast Chestnuts Day. Has anybody ever actually roasted chestnuts on an open fire?
I really think at some point I should.
It seems like, we sing about it every year, but none of us actually follow through.
Did anybody see? Is that old-timey 50s, 60s stuff? I don't remember my parents doing that.
No, as a kid, my mom and dad were like, hurry up. We're about to roast some chestnuts on an open fire. I don't even remember my mom putting chestnuts in an oven.
Yeah, and we didn't have a fireplace, so that was our problem.
Can you microwave chestnuts?
Microwave chestnuts on an open fire.
Do they taste much better? I don't even know if I've ever eaten a chestnut.
I don't think I've had one either.
And really, when you say the word chestnut a lot of times, it sounds weird.
Sure does.
All right.
Especially if you're roasting your chestnuts.
I did want to give another shout out since we're doing Coach for Kids Day today. We mentioned how Josh donated $200. He did text in saying, Coach for Kids is my favorite charity. I try and give as much as I can every year. What you guys do for all those kids is amazing. $200 from Josh. Josh and Monroe. So thank you again, Josh. That's awesome. I do want us to give out a quick shout out to my man. I met him yesterday in the Target parking lot, Maurice.
Oh, really?
Awesome dude. Awesome.
Hey, Maurice.
I was getting ready to leave the parking lot. He was getting ready. He basically took my spot, and we had a moment, and he was big smiles. He said it made his day and his daughter's day getting to meet me, and honestly, on the flip side, it made my day. I was having a rough day, and his energy and his smile definitely put me in a good mood.
You were having a rough day? You were supposed to get treats yesterday.
Oh, then it was on the up and up after that.
Okay, good.
Yeah, then all of a sudden we ended up buying some gifts.
Yeah.
Got some Trapper Sushi, some Menchie's.
Okay,
a great 4th birthday for Tatum. But yeah, I thank you, Maurice. You made the day better.
That's awful nice when somebody some random person you see makes your day better.
Well, because he was just so happy to meet you, and when you meet someone who's happy to meet you, how do you not get put in a good mood? And he talks about how much he loves the show, and also just it's rare that you have an encounter around Christmas season in a parking lot at Target where it's positive.
Yeah, I suppose that was really nice.
It was nice.
I mean, to have somebody that's actually happy to meet you. Someday maybe I'll know what that's like.
Maybe you need to come swing by the Target parking lot in Puyallup.
I've had people meet me. They just weren't necessarily happy.
All right, we go from Target to Kohl's, where they're dealing with a couple of thieves. It's happened in Colorado. And these two guys, they're idiots. They stole a bunch of stuff, about, I guess, $2,000 in merchandise. But they're arguing that they shouldn't have to deal with a felony because if it's a misdemeanor if it's under $2,000. And they believe because they had coupons for the stuff that they stole.
Oh, no.
Well, here's Eric Ross.
That is brilliant.
Who's a spokesperson for over at the attorney's office explaining the defense's legal strategy.
The defense argued and tried to convince a jury that these two defendants should not be convicted of felony theft, but rather a misdemeanor charge. We argued that it didn't really matter if the items were on sale or were discounted. Those discounts and sales prices should apply to paying customers only, not thieves.
Why?
Okay.
How unreasonable.
You know their lawyer was Better Call Saul. It's a Saul Goodman defense right there.
That's the greatest kind of lawyer. He's like, I figured it out, boys. Look, you're still going to get in trouble, but it's just going to be for a misdemeanor, not a felony.
That is an episode, seriously, whether it's Breaking Bad or Better Call Saul. I mean, that is I could see Saul doing that. I could see him doing that.
It's fantastic. Unfortunately for them, jury did not think so. They convicted them of felony theft.
Yeah. Well, boys, you should have got Saul Goodman because it's all good, man.
This is an insane story that happened in Austin with a 27-year-old woman. She was freaking out because she needed to catch a flight. She was in an Uber, and she was like, we're not going to get there in time. I'm not going to be able to catch my flight. Uber driver, can you drive faster? Well, the driver was like, no, I can't drive any faster. This is just how it is. And then they told... Well, it ended up being that the woman stole the car that the Uber driver was driving.
Oh, that's not good.
How that happened? Well, the woman at one point started getting more and more mad at the Uber driver, grabbed the driver's phone, and threw it out the window. Which you're like, what the hell are you doing? What? Master plan, almost as good as those Kohl's thieves. So the Uber driver pulled over to get the phone that was just thrown out of his car. She hopped into the driver's seat and drove off with the Uber car.
Ah, that's okay.
Driver, well, fortunately, had his phone so he could call the cops. Cops are able to spot her at airport security. They stopped her before she was able to get on the flight. But here's the crazy part. She was freaking out about possibly missing her flight. She must have had a couple of extra minutes because she stopped in the store inside of the airport and bought more than $120 worth of stuff using the driver's credit card.
Okay. Okay. I'm sorry, but this woman is
an idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. There really isn't much to say at this point. She is a half a genius.
You know, everybody's talking about Travis Kelce because he's dating somebody popular, right?
Is he? What does he do again?
Taylor Swift.
Oh.
He also plays football.
I set you up for that really good. Thank you. You know what? I'm very proud of myself, even though I didn't intend it for that. But yes.
He plays for the Chiefs. His brother Jason plays for the Philadelphia Eagles. They do a podcast together, and they're fun guys. I actually enjoy listening to these two just BS about random stuff. And on the most recent episode, they were talking about how well not only is Travis's jersey selling these days, but also Jason's jersey is selling pretty well too, mostly in the UK.
We are the number 1 and number 2 top-selling jerseys in the United Kingdom.
Nice.
Yeah, Trav, you got the number 1 best-selling jersey, followed by me at number 2. This is crazy. It's Travis, then me, then Pat Mahomes and Jalen Hurts.
Doesn't make any sense. But either way, I'll take it.
I just love that they actually pay attention to that kind of stuff. You always wonder if players pay attention to how many jerseys they're selling. And is it because maybe their podcast is successful? Maybe. But Jason, he had a theory on why his jerseys is selling almost as well as his brother's.
A lot of Swifties over there in the UK.
It's got to be. It's only reasonable solution to all of this.
Yeah.
So.
And I think I'm only number 2 because I think a lot of people in the UK maybe just don't watch football and they're like, oh, I heard this Kelce guy dates Taylor Swift, and they just buy my jersey on accident.
No. They're all Kelsey fans. That's what it is. The doc. So they're supporting Kylie, of course. Shout out to Kylie. Shout out to Taylor. Thank you, guys.
No, Kylie's Jason's wife.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Well, shout out to Kylie. I don't know much about Kylie, but you know what? Apparently, because she's with Jason, that they're actually able to sell his jersey.
Now, I don't know what's going on in their personal lives. No, I mean,
I do. What do
but you know, like some people get jealous, like when you find out, okay, my, your brother brought home a new girlfriend. I wonder if she's as cool as I am, kind of a mentality. Like, where do I rate next to the new girl?
You wonder about that, like with Kylie?
Could you imagine if Kylie's that type of girl that's always like sizing herself up to whoever Travis is dating, and all of a sudden he shows up with Taylor Swift, and she's like, "Oh, go after yourself."
You got to throw your hands up in the air at this point.
You're just done.
Yeah. I mean, I don't care because look, Taylor's making bank. There's no human being that could top being Taylor Swift. I don't care who you are as a partner, unless you happen to be on the level of some movie star.
When it comes to celebrity status right now, I mean, she's definitely on the top. Yeah, probably 2, top 3. I mean, I don't know many more people making as much money as she is.
I think there are a lot of women that would kick their husbands out of the house just if Taylor Swift was available, and they were like, "Yeah, you're much better than this dude."
Tonight you got Thursday Night Football. The Las Vegas Raiders taking on the Los Angeles Chargers. Maybe the Vegas Raiders will score a point. I don't know.
Yeah, this is a game of destiny.
Oh man, as far as weather, it's gonna be rainy. We got 48 degrees, some rain, some clouds. Thanks to Snoqualmie Casino for giving us the Migs report, and that's what's up.
That's what's up.
And go Kraken! Big game tonight against Chicago Blackhawks.
Yeah,
let's keep the winning ways going.
And the Hawks, right? They're not that right. Are they not that good? Supposedly.
Well, there's a radio station probably in Chicago going. The Kraken, they're not that good, right? Huh?
Oh, they're definitely saying that. There's no doubt about it. I was just thinking about this football game tonight, trying to see are there any ramifications? And it's like, yeah, I think Denver is really chasing KC for the top spot. So I bet they want to keep the Chargers down. They want to, and both the Chargers and Raiders suck anyway. But I mean, it would help if the Chargers could beat the Raiders a little bit. But actually, they both
unlimited.
Oh wait, the Chargers and Raiders have the same record, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but Denver's. How about Denver's one game behind the Chiefs for first place in their division? We would never have believed that as we started this season. We would think, what, they're going to self-destruct. Sean Payton is who he is, being a jerk.
Started off bad.
Bitter ex-girlfriend. You're right. Well, I talk about those first few games of the season, Steve. And, we looked a lot better than we are. They looked a lot worse than they are. And how crazy would it be if the Denver Broncos win their division? And, of course, we are where we are.
4-1 the last 5 games. I'll be honest, though. I don't know, maybe it's not a popular thing to say, but if, let's just say the Seahawks don't make it into the playoffs and the Broncos do, I'm okay with seeing Russ do well.
Yeah, I guess I'd have to root for somebody, right?
I mean, I'd ideally probably pick another team, but I'm not going to be like, oh, I want to see him continue to fail. I just wanted to see him fail last year because that's how we got some good draft picks.
Yeah, you're right.
Thanks to him, we have Devin Witherspoon.
Yeah, you're right. A lot of good stuff happened because of that. Now you're right. There's no real reason for me to want to root for Russell's failure.
Right.
But I do have a reason to root for Sean Payton's failure. I thought he was classless.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know I'm opposed to, but yeah.
Yeah. So, but still, crazy stuff, man. And a great matchup on Thursday Night Football. 2 5-8 teams trying to, well, we're not sure what they're trying to do.
And that's on, was that like on Amazon Prime?
On Prime. And,
I don't know if this is going to help them get new subscribers.
Yeah, Thursday Night Football seems to really be like a crappy game. This is not a lot of great games I've seen but I've been like, I got to go watch that game.
Oh, no, I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm Amazon, I'm like, hey, hey, NFL, what are we doing here? You move the Eagles game. How come we don't move a nice game over where we are? Hey, come on.
I didn't realize the 49ers, I'm not shocked, but I didn't realize that they clinched the playoff spot already.
Yeah, that's how good we are.
They're the only team, I believe, that's already has a clinched playoff spot.
That's because every other team in their division's under 500.
Hey.
That's why they
barely.
That's why.
That's going to change on Monday night.
Is it?
I don't know.
Look, dude. Look, if they beat the Eagles, I'm back on the bandwagon.
Are you?
Yeah, because I think if they win 4 games, which if they beat the Eagles, there's no reason to think they couldn't win the other 3 games.
I mean, the Eagles should be the toughest one of those 4.
Exactly.
Right.
And then at 10-7, I think they have a great shot of making the playoffs. But that's all I got to say. Yesterday, Steve, he did get this one wrong.
What insurance company is said to be on your side?
State Farm.
No.
Prudential.
No.
Safeco.
No.
You know what? I know the song, too.
No, a minute now I hear it again, I instantly heard the song in my head.
Nationwide is on your side.
Yeah, State Farm is on your side.
Yeah, it's not. No, they may be on your side, but they don't have the song. Nationwide is the answer. You want a shot at beating Steve? All right, you got it. 206-803-ROCK. We're playing Beat Migs at 647 on The Rock.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. I owe a lot of back taxes. Can bankruptcy help me?
Bankruptcy can discharge back taxes under certain circumstances. Some types of taxes are never dischargeable, like if you have taxes from an employee, if you ran a business and didn't pay employee taxes or sales taxes. Those types of taxes cannot be discharged in bankruptcy. However, most people don't have those kind of taxes. Most people have just regular income taxes. If you owe income taxes and you filed your tax returns but just weren't able to pay the taxes, if the taxes are more than 3 years old and you filed the tax returns, those types of taxes can be discharged in bankruptcy in most circumstances, especially through a Chapter 13 case.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at ChooseTheRightChapter.com. That's ChooseTheRightChapter.com. Thanks for listening.
Imagine the relief of securing fair compensation for an accident you were in, where the insurance companies aren't dictating what's good enough and your injuries and suffering are truly acknowledged. Whether it's an auto accident, a workplace injury, or slip and fall, Phillips Law Firm has dedicated over 2 decades to ensuring their clients receive the rightful compensation and attention they deserve. Call 1-800-JUSTICE today or visit justiceforyou.com. They don't win, you don't pay. Phillips Law Firm, justice for you.
Want a little more pleasure in your life? Make 2024 your year to experience more pleasure than you thought possible. Lovers has the best adult toys, lingerie, and accessories to explore alone or together. Let our associates guide you on your pleasure journey and save 20% on your purchase with Lovers Afterglow rewards. Just mention Love 20 at one of our 18 Western Washington locations. Offer valid with free Lovers Afterglow rewards membership until January 31st. Some exclusions apply.
Every year, one thing is always predictable. Postage costs go up. Stamps.com gives you crazy discounts of up to 89% off USPS and UPS services, so your business will barely notice the change. Stamps.com has been indispensable for over 1 million businesses just like yours. It's like your own personal post office. No lines, no traffic, no waiting. Sign up with promo code PROGRAM for a 4-week trial plus free postage and a free digital scale. No long-term commitments or contracts. That's Stamps.com, code PROGRAM.
Imagine the relief of securing fair compensation for an accident you were in, where the insurance companies aren't dictating what's good enough and your injuries and suffering are truly acknowledged. Whether it's an auto accident, a workplace injury, or slip and fall, Phillips Law Firm has dedicated over 2 decades to ensuring their clients receive the rightful compensation and attention they deserve. Call 1-800-JUSTICE today or visit justiceforyou.com. They don't win, you don't pay. Phillips Law Firm, justice for you.
Want a little more pleasure in your life? Make 2024 your year to experience more pleasure than you thought possible. Lovers has the best adult toys, lingerie, and accessories to explore alone or together. Let our associates guide you on your pleasure journey and save 20% on your purchase with Lovers Afterglow rewards. Just mention Love 20 at one of our 18 Western Washington locations. Offer valid with free Lovers Afterglow rewards membership until January 31st. Some exclusions apply.
Your wages are being garnished. We can stop that now. It's hard enough to pay your bills when things are good, let alone when a big chunk of your take-home pay is gone before you even get your check. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne, and I can stop the garnishment and get the creditors off your back immediately, often the same day as our consultation. Both Chapter 7 and 13 provide bankruptcy relief, but choosing the right chapter is crucial. In a free consultation, we can create a plan to get your finances back under your control. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. Today, it's Coats for Kids Day. This is the day. We have a lofty goal to get 2,500 coats on kids. Today's where we go, the day where we go all out on the rocks. Us, Ryan Castle, the men's room, Taryn, we're all going to be asking you, please help out.
Oh, man, shout out to Jacob, donated $20. That's a brand new coat on a kid in need. Nathan donated $10. Chris Lyons donated $140 for Coats for Kids. You are the man. Kelsey just donated $5. Like we said, any amount.
Which one, Travis or Jason?
Oh, it was Jason. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Thanks, Jason.
Travis got that Taylor Swift money. He'd do at least 10.
Okay.
No, Kelsey Williams. Shout out to Kelsey for making that happen. And I'll save this one for after Beat Migs, because I believe our contestant that's on Beat Migs just made an incredible donation to Coats for Kids.
Wow. Yeah. I am excited about that.
We are just a few $100s away from hitting $20,000.
Okay, man. We're trying to get to 50. I know it's lofty, but you rockaholics always help us out, especially when we do the big day like this. Want to thank Palace Law for matching up to $1,000 in donations. You can text GIVE. Yes, all you got to do is just text KISW GIVE to 44321. Donate that way. Text KISW GIVE to 44321 or head to KISW.com to donate today.
Let's play Beat Migs. It's time to play the game. So everybody scream his name. Beat Migs. Don't be a loser.
Who's ready to beat me?
Yeah!
I know Scotty Don't from Vancouver, BC is. Scotty Don't, are you there?
Vancouver, Washington. Get it right, Sarah.
Come on. What the hell is wrong with you?
I thought you were all the way in Canada. I thought you were cool.
Either way, he's got to be listening on the Odyssey app, AUDACY. There we go.
Yes, I am.
All right, Steve, now get out of here.
Goodbye.
And Scotty Don't, by the way, is an old-time listener from way back in the day.
That's awesome.
Back when I was doing it on the Buzz and you were but a wee child.
Wow.
Yeah, so good to hear from you, Scotty.
For those playing at home, Scotty Don't has 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. You can pass all you want, but you will only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
I am.
George Washington, Abraham Lincoln, Theodore Roosevelt, and what other president make up Mount Rushmore?
Oh, the Wilson guy.
No.
Pass.
The reality show America's Got Talent airs on what network?
ABC?
No.
NBC?
Yes. What Disney movie was the first animated film based on the life of a real person?
Steamboat Willie?
No.
Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs?
No.
Excuse me, that should have been the 7 height challenge people. Pass.
Who is the all-time leading NBA scorer?
Clyde Drexler?
No.
Michael Jordan?
No.
Sam Bowie?
No. What kind of alcohol is in a rusty nail cocktail?
Probably something I could afford. Costco peppermint schnapps?
No. Ooh, that sounds good.
Gin?
No.
Pass.
What is the oldest university in the United States?
Pass.
There are 480 minutes in how many hours?
12 hours.
No. Scotty Don't. You got 1 correct.
Scotty, that is not what I would call an optimal performance.
No.
I had to make room for Steve to come over the top because, well, win or lose, it's how you play the game.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't think you play the game very well. The how did not really work out well for you. But anyway,
Scotty don't know nothing.
Exactly. Scotty knows. Beep.
Scotty does know charitable causes.
What did Scotty don't do?
He donated a crap ton of money, so be nice to the man.
Oh, sorry, Scotty. Thank you for donating that money for Coach for Kids. The kids love you.
Okay.
Good, absolutely.
He donated $1,000.
Whoa! Thank you so much, Scotty. That is super generous.
I have no idea how he did, but I feel like that. I think he deserves at least 1 extra question right. Like,
Maybe he deserves 9 extra credit points.
No. That's not get twisted. That's $10,000.
No.
Okay.
Well, if that's the case, Scotty,
you get all 10 right.
If we give Scotty an extra question right, then we give him this.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe Steve. Maybe you should just pass on.
I
all
like
questions.
that. When you play Beat Migs, for every $1,000 you donate, you get an extra question right.
Wow.
And my employer's going to kick in $300 for matching.
So you get an extra
That's fantastic.
1.3 questions right.
Woo! Steve, are you ready?
Let's go.
George Washington, Abraham Lincoln, Theodore Roosevelt, and what other president make up Mount Rushmore?
Crap. Those Eisenhower?
No.
No, sir.
Jefferson.
Yes.
Nice.
The reality show America's Got Talent airs on what network?
NBC.
No. Wait,
ABC?
yes, just
Okay.
kidding.
Yeah, I was
Which
gonna say,
Disney
yeah.
movie was
kidding.
the first animated film based on the life of a real person?
Oh, Pocahontas.
Yes.
Nice work.
Who is the all-time leading NBA scorer?
Oh, boy. Michael Jordan.
No.
What the hell's that guy's name?
It starts with a letter.
Wilt Chamberlain.
No.
Nice try.
LeBron James.
Yes.
Nice work.
What kind of alcohol is in a rusty nail cocktail?
Vodka.
No.
Gin.
No.
Rum.
No. What is the oldest university in the United States?
Harvard.
Harvard, yes. There are 480 minutes in how many hours?
10?
No.
6.
No.
9.
No. How many months end in the letter Y?
3.
No.
8.
No.
10.
No. Which vegetable was the first to be grown in space?
Bananas.
No. What? That's not a vegetable.
Oh, yeah. Apples? No, wait. Tomatoes.
Jeez. No.
That's not a vegetable either, unfortunately.
Well, it does not matter because
Yeah.
you got 5 correct, which is a win. 5 to 1 or 2 or 3 or how many?
Yeah.
How many?
Either way,
got?
Scotty did not win, though he is a winner for donating $1,000 for Coach for Kids.
And I think he should get a song.
Oh, you think?
Yeah,
I should be able-
absolutely.
I can.
Oh.
That's
He's
not
the
no.
best.
Is he? Well, all right.
He's the best.
Fine. It's better than telling him he's a loser. All right,
Scotty's the best.
I'll go with that.
Scotty's the best.
I liked that. That was a compromise.
And Scotty does he have the history of being the quickest intern we had?
Oh, boy.
Yeah,
I
'cause-
think so. He
yeah.
lasted one day?
I think it was one day,
2
Scotty.
3/4 days.
Yeah.
Oh, then no, he doesn't. Because I think we had somebody that lasted a day.
Really? What happened, Scott? Well, why did Scotty leave?
Me.
Scotty was not professional enough for the environment, and he accepts that, and he's apologized many times over the 10 years. I wishes somebody would drop it.
Scotty's a great guy.
I got one day left, Scotty. How can I drop it?
Oh, I didn't hear about that, BJ. I thought I was going to see you next Tuesday.
Oh, wow. There you go. This is why Scotty only lasted 2.5 days as an intern.
Yeah, now I really want to know
Scotty
what happened.
I love Scotty. It's just he doesn't work well with certain authority environments.
Yeah, I can imagine, actually, just off of this phone call.
But Scotty, Scotty,
you rock, man.
Yeah, Scotty, thank you so much for the $1,000 donation, and thank you for being a fan of me ever since I got here into Seattle. You're like one of the oldest listeners I've had from back 24 years ago. So appreciate that, buddy. Scotty Don't, everybody. One of the classics, one of the super secret URL group that we used to have when you used to have those URL groups that we did long before we had Facebook and all that cool stuff.
Wow, that was a long time ago.
E-groups, URL
message
groups,
boards,
all that
stuff.
stuff.
Insanity.
And I don't know if I'd have a job if not for like the hardcore fans who stuck by me when, well, it was a rocky go with this company at the beginning of my career.
Does anybody know what kind of alcohol is in a Rusty Nail cocktail?
I'm gonna go vodka.
No.
I guess that.
Whiskey.
There you go.
Oh,
yeah.
That's the only one. Yes, I think the only one we didn't say.
Yes, it is. There are 480 minutes and how many hours?
That's 8.
8.
8 times 6. You just always think of like 6 because that's 60 minutes.
I mean, sure.
Hour, and then do divisionals.
How many months end in the letter Y?
Oh, why did I not even know that? Oh,
7.
I think 2 or 3.
4.
Like I said, 4.
All wrong.
I would have had third guess. I would have said 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
Come on, B.
And what vegetable was first to be grown in space?
Oh,
broccoli.
I'm going to say
Brussels sprouts.
Peas.
No.
What?
Lettuce.
Potato.
Oh, of course. I know this. God, I'm so dumb.
That's right. Aliens love French fries. So.
Didn't Matt Damon grow a bunch of potatoes on Mars in that
sure.
The Martian?
I don't know.
I should have known this.
I don't remember that, but I don't remember that movie, to be honest with you.
Oh, yeah. It was a good one. Yeah, he died.
Oh, great.
He ate a bad potato?
Well, he never got rescued. It was like everything went to hell. And I thought
that was the premise of Gravity.
Well, listen, here's the spoiler alert.
Everybody dies in space.
If you go up into space and where you go doesn't have any oxygen, chances are you're going to die. At the end of the movie, you're going to die.
I think Matt Damon survived in that one.
Did he survive?
Yeah, because they rescue him.
Did they rescue him? What movie am I thinking? Oh,
I think you're thinking Gravity.
No, I'm thinking of
Interstellar.
Prometheus. Was it? Oh no, was it Interstellar?
Yeah.
There was a movie that Matt Damon was in where he did not survive.
Yeah, Pigs in Space.
That's Interstellar. You're right, Joey.
Pigs in Space.
Yeah. That's right. Matt Damon was a guest star in Interstellar, and he was a crazy guy, and he did not live. That's right. Oh yeah, that was good too.
And for those wondering, I think we had an intern. I think she lasted one day because she came in and then the next day woke up and said, I don't like waking up this early. And just never
I remember her.
Remember her? Yeah.
I wasn't a big fan of her when she was here because her attitude was just like, you are not going to survive in this business.
In
what
less
are you
than
doing?
3 hours, BJ hated this girl.
I really did.
I wonder if that's the same one I'm thinking of because there was one too where I remember she literally just fell asleep in the chair
It might have been
next
her.
to me and she was like snoring and I was like, dude.
Oh yeah.
No.
I did not like her at all. And look, we've had some really bad but amazing interns. We've had bad interns, but they were at least epic.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. Who was the stoner girl? I always forget her name, and I see her. America.
Oh, yeah.
America has just gone full-blown stoner, and I love it.
Yes.
Because she doesn't look like what you think a stoner would look like, because she was always getting
There are
glammed
hot
up.
stoners.
I don't see a whole lot of hot stoners.
You just might not know they're stoners, but there's a lot of hot people.
Well,
who
that's
smoke
the
weed.
thing, America. I remember, I thought America's got no future in our industry, but still, she's an awesome person.
I think that she posted like bikini pictures or something like that because you're like doing like modeling pictures and stuff, and you came over with the funny like, did you know she does this?
I know. It's like, what was that?
It's like, no, but cool.
It's like, what? She said, what is happening here?
Oh, I knew immediately.
Is this our intern?
Yeah, I thought for sure. It was like, we never have an intern that actually is like a model.
She had the biggest fake boobs I've ever seen in my life.
Well,
that was not the other one.
It was America too.
Yeah.
I'm like, you have these for a reason.
Yeah. I didn't, you know what? I never really noticed that. I can't believe I didn't.
That's good. You knew where her eyes were.
Yeah, exactly.
Being a very respectful boss.
I had no idea that she was like good for her. You know what? She's getting stoned. She's got fake boobs. Congratulations,
And
America.
she's making money off of that.
Making bank.
I think she got rid of those, though.
They're gone again?
Yeah.
She got rid of them?
They're gone again.
They were really, I know the whole.
I mean, they
story
weren't there.
about
They
it.
weren't. Did she have this all done while she was here? Because I swear I don't remember them when she was here.
I think a few people deal with like the issues with like implants. Where it's not healthy.
Well, they were super, super big at one point, and then she got them a little smaller, but they were still fake. And then recently, she got them.
Oh, so now she's back. Is she like what she's supposed to?
Natural.
Oh, really? Well, you know what? Good for her. I had to get mine removed for the same reason. They were very uncomfortable. Yeah, so I couldn't do it.
Touching
anymore.
tribute to all the interns.
Shout out to all of our interns.
We really did have some, and some of the names I gave the interns I couldn't even say today.
No,
it's really bad. I mean, but but back in the day, yeah. But Mama's Boy Troy was one of my favorites.
Still, I think my favorite will forever be Cole.
Oh, Cole.
YOLO swag, do some lifting, and you're like, oh!
Colo was the ultimate party boy.
He was so awesome.
And he was so much fun. I don't know what Cole's doing, intern Cole.
He does, I know, mixed martial arts. He's actually done really well with like that kind of stuff, like
Good
just
for him.
competitively, I think, and just great. Yeah, one of my buddies, he does like kickboxing with him. He's like, "Do you know this guy?" He sent me a picture. I'm like, "Cole." He's like, he was wondering if you'd remember. I'm like, "Of course I do. He's my favorite intern."
Yeah,
I love Cole. Me and Cole got in a fight at a pop punk show at the Showbox one time.
Not like with other people, not together.
Were you guys back to back with your fists up?
Yeah,
like in
he
the
had
movie?
my back when all of a sudden I got sucker punched, and I was like, "Cole, this is amazing."
That's a good guy to have on your side, man.
I love him.
Well, again, because it's YOLO swag. Do some lifting, punch a guy.
YOLO swag, do some lifting, and you're like, oh!
Punch a guy in a mosh pit. Oh! Yeah. And the reason we're reminiscing is tomorrow is my last show, if you haven't heard, and we'll have a big to-do about that. And it's not a joke. It's not a thing. I mean, it's really going to be my last show on KISW. And so just reminiscing about, 17 years, a lot of stuff happens.
I can't believe it's 17 years.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. And today, we're also celebrating. It's Coats for Kids Day. All it takes is $20 to put a brand new coat on a kid that needs one. You can text KISW GIVE to 44321 to donate, or you can head to KISW.com. That's also how you can donate. So look, we're also going to help you out too. Helping out the kids, helping you out if you got relationship issues, problems, whatever. Need any advice? We're here for you. Call us or text us now, 206-803-ROCK. It is Help Wanted. And we're going to do that at 717 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
Imagine the relief of securing fair compensation for an accident you were in, where the insurance companies aren't dictating what's good enough and your injuries and suffering are truly acknowledged. Whether it's an auto accident, a workplace injury, or slip and fall, Phillips Law Firm has dedicated over 2 decades to ensuring their clients receive the rightful compensation and attention they deserve. Call 1-800-JUSTICE today or visit justiceforyou.com. They don't win, you don't pay. Phillips Law Firm, justice for you.
Want a little more pleasure in your life? Make 2024 your year to experience more pleasure than you thought possible. Lovers has the best adult toys, lingerie, and accessories to explore alone or together. Let our associates guide you on your pleasure journey and save 20% on your purchase with Lovers Afterglow rewards. Just mention Love 20 at one of our 18 Western Washington locations. Offer valid with free Lovers Afterglow rewards membership until January 31st. Some exclusions apply.
Is your relationship going sideways?
Have a family issue? Problems with your coworker?
Do you need advice? We're here to help. No problem is too dumb. No dilemma is too silly. This is Help Wanted with BJ and Migs.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. It is Help Wanted. Man, text messages, phone calls. You've been asking, man, can you give me some advice? Got problems at work, problems at home. And sometimes you go, I don't know, this is a dumb problem. I shouldn't even ask. Oh, no, we're experts. We are really experts on dumb.
That's about all we're good at.
Yeah. 206-803-ROCK. That's the number to call. That's the number to text for Help Wanted.
We got a good one. It's about finances.
Yes.
Maybe we should have read this one to Todd Peach yesterday.
Oh, yeah, that would have been perfect.
The ball on that. Well, also we got this text today, so it's kind of hard to do that. They said, I'm thinking about lying to my wife about my Christmas bonus. I'm fed up with her spending the bonus as soon as I get it, like she's done for the last few years. Last year, she dropped $500 on a vacuum cleaner when we really didn't even need one. I've talked to her about this in the past, and it's always an argument. I'd rather just say I didn't get one. What do you guys think?
Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. Well, I guess my question for this guy is, what are you going to do with the money?
Buy Danny and Steve Kraken jerseys.
Yep. Okay, well, then in that case, you're absolutely right. Lie to her. Lie to her. No. It's very important for Danny and Steve to get this.
Clearly strippers and cocaine, BJ.
Again, lie to her. And, I mean, money is, we talk, look, it's one of the biggest stressors of marriage. Money is a gigantic stressor. And finding a way to really have adult conversations, finding a way to manage your money in a way that you can have fun, you can have your money, she can have her money, then you've got the money you save, you have the money you have to pay the bills. There are courses and all sorts of things. I think Harv Eckert had a money mastery course somewhere up north. And because we never get taught how to manage this. So many things in life you have to do as a couple that school never covers.
Yeah.
Never covers. I mean, and Steve, you talked about it before, and I really think if you are part of any kind of church, it's great that they have marriage classes because it's really important. And it's not all about just God. They teach you just practical stuff about being married.
Yeah, dude, when we got married before, we had a little conversation with our pastor. I don't think even religion was really brought up in that. I mean, it's probably just like, well, you guys are here, so I don't need to have that conversation. But it's just, here are some of the stressors that happen, and money was one of the big ones.
Yeah, the pre-K classes in Catholic, and I'm a recovering Catholic. But the pre-K classes were so valuable.
And dude, there are times still to this day. Here we are coming up, I think, on 13 years in a couple.
You should really know this, but I'm going to let it go.
Yeah. I think that's what my wife said.
Okay, good, perfect.
Next week, 13 years.
There you go.
Married, and there are times where finances get a little tough, and right before I start getting stressed, I start thinking about that conversation I had with him. I'm like, this is one of those moments right there. Like, money's going to be an issue, and I try and come from a lot cool, calm, and collected, as opposed to being like, what the hell? Why do we spend all this money on? We're check to check.
Yeah, and if you're the one that does the vacuuming, maybe then you could comment on whether or not you need a new vacuum cleaner. I really think that's an important thing, too. I can always sit from the sidelines and go, oh, you don't need this and this and this to do whatever it is you're responsible for doing around the house. But honestly, how do I know?
Right.
How do I really know that?
Maybe it's a fun game of who can spend the bonus quicker and faster.
Woo, there you go.
As soon as you get it, go out and buy something fun.
Yeah, I will just say this.
Then you're not lying. Then it's a fun game.
Sometimes white lies in a relationship are helpful. Sometimes you don't need to tell your spouse everything as long as it's really a harmless situation. But, boy, money lies are not a good thing. Lying about money I don't think is going to lead to a good place.
And even the texter has a great point. Well, okay, and then next year and the year after that, are you just going to keep lying? Or have a real conversation with your wife? Get counseling. Tough choice.
Yeah, and money is the thing. I mean, if your wife really is a spender, and look, that sometimes happens. You got that person in the relationship, somebody spends, somebody is overly responsible, and there's bitterness that happens when the overly responsible, usually the one that pays all the bills, is like, do you know, I mean, come on.
I remember one time when my wife's car payment, which was a lot, it was just like, okay, we're buying this house, we're getting our house because I know in less than a year this car payment's going to be gone, so it's all going to even out. And then when the car payment's done, my wife's like, now that we don't have this car payment, we can get blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no,
we can't.
I understand why you think that way, and typically I would too, but remember the conversation we had. Like, losing this car payment is why we're getting this house.
It is amazing how much we don't know.
Yeah.
It really is.
How quickly we forget when we do know, BJ.
Yeah. Which is why I've been very grateful for Todd Peach from ECU coming on every month, every 3 weeks or so, just to tell us a little bit about stuff. Money stuff is really important in your life. And, it's a big stressor on a marriage if you don't do it right.
What about say, hey, look, got the bonus. If bills are paid and this is just for fun money, you get half, I get half.
Yeah, you know what, Steve? That's exactly the kind of conversation you have with stuff. It's like, it's nice to take some of that bonus money and have fun. It's like it's a bonus. It sucks when bonuses are, no, it's not a bonus. I really need this.
It's even like sometimes with our tax returns, like, okay, most of it's going to responsible reasons. I'm like, but there's also stupid purchases. Each of us should have a stupid purchase.
Well, I feel like you win in that category.
I have a lot of stupid purchases. And sometimes my stupid purchases are a little bit more expensive than her stupid purchases.
Yeah.
Like goalie pads.
Yep.
Still waiting for those.
Wow. Oh, you don't think the jerseys you don't think those are stupid purchases?
Compared to goalie pads, very reasonable.
Okay,
purchases.
very good point. I suppose when you put it like that, honey, I could be buying goalie pads. Instead, I'm just buying the new Kraken Winter Classic jersey.
Could be. Yeah. Did. I'm still waiting for them to show up.
Yeah, I just was trying to give the benefit of the doubt.
But at least they're paid off. So now when they show up, it's like they're free.
That?
It's like they're free.
And you're gonna use these goalie pads, right?
I mean, allegedly.
Okay, fair enough. That's all I have to add.
Of course I'm going to.
You say of course.
I've been telling myself once I get them, then I'll get back to playing hockey again.
That's the thing, because you got a lot going on.
Yeah, I thought they were showing up in August, and here we are. Maybe they'll show up for Christmas.
And you've already paid for them.
Yeah.
You know what? Those people know what's up. That's like Kickstarter. For crying out loud.
Dude, I go into it anytime with those kind of. I like going with the small businesses, but part of going with the small businesses, I know full well that the time that they quote you is completely off. Not even close to being on.
I really want to know, okay, what are you doing that my goalie pads that I ordered in August are not ready? What is going on over there?
No, I ordered them in April.
Okay, now I really want to know what the hell is going on over there.
And the funny part is I'm not even stressing because I've gone through this before with another small custom. You get a cheaper price, which is nice.
Oh, there you go.
Because it's a smaller business and they don't have the name. People buy things because of the name. And this isn't that kind of a situation. So I'm like, okay, they'll show up when they show up. But I'm even getting to the point where I'm like, I thought I'd have them before Christmas.
Yeah. It's getting weird, man. As far as retail stuff, I don't know if we really helped this person or not.
Someone said use the money to go to marriage counseling.
There you go.
Yeah. And then whatever money's left, you use to buy Steve and Danny a jersey. Boom. Win-win. I like this text.
It's a great text.
It's a great text. I'm glad I read it.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's probably not a bad idea to go get a professional and help you guys communicate better. Communication is also the biggest key. And I know this myself. I know this myself. I mean, in my situation right now, as my marriage is ending, I can tell you that communication was a big issue. It just became a big issue. And I think that's the thing. I realize now I need to find somebody who actually communicates the same way I do. I think that would be super valuable. Back then we just never thought about it, and we don't communicate the same. And that has always added strain to our relationship. I don't know why. There's just some people in the world, they talk to each other and they don't get each other. Yeah. I'm saying words and it's like, it's like I'm speaking Spanish. You don't understand what I'm saying. And it's the same thing. She's responding back to me and I'm like, I have no idea what you're talking about. And that really, you don't expect that if you go, hey, you're hot, whatever, you have a lot of fun. You don't go, hey, how do we communicate? Can we really understand each other? And Which
is funny because it's very important. But imagine going in on a date and being like, hey, I want to work on communicating with people. The person would be like, that's a red flag, even though it's not.
I think, Steve,
it shouldn't be.
I think people who are like in the dating world, like in their 20s and 30s and ever, I think they really know how to do that better than I did back in the 80s. We just never thought, we just didn't talk. Nobody talked about anything. And it was always mysterious. I think she likes me. I like you. You never had deep conversations. We just didn't do it. And then you find out this. You remember like back in the day, you didn't know anything about sex? I mean, now you have the internet. We knew.
Boy, do we.
My first time trying, this is the 70s, and I'm trying to have a good time with a woman, and I hear about things you're supposed to do, but I've never seen any action of it.
Right, you can't get on YouTube.
No, and even like the still pictures of certain magazines still really didn't teach you technique. And I'm telling you how horrific it was. I tried things, and just to see this woman go, I don't know what's happening, but we need to stop.
But I think you're going to pull a muscle doing
that. And it's like, because that's how ignorant we were.
Yeah.
I feel the same way about communication. I got to think that younger people are much better at communicating and knowing if they can. I really hope so.
They might be, because of a lot of people start off their relationship with just like text, via like direct messaging each other, and that they're communicating that way. I don't know though. I mean, that there's probably pros and cons to both eras of dating.
Yeah.
Without social media and then with social media.
Yeah.
I think some people nowadays, maybe like their tolerance is a little too short of a fuse. Like, you don't give a chance to like kind of understand somebody, because maybe sometimes people you're still kind of feeling each other out, not in a physical way, but like you're just trying to figure each other out. And maybe sometimes someone might say or do something that puts their foot in their mouth, and some people are just so quick to be like, well, I got 7 other people in my DMs. I'm just going to move on.
Yeah.
And I think that there's a problem with that, because I think sometimes, first impressions are a pain in the butt for some people. But, back in the day, I think people were a little bit more patient.
I like sometimes first impressions are because people go, I didn't want to do that. I thought we talked about this at the coffee. We're not doing that. This is why marriage counseling is good. Sometimes a marriage counselor can teach you guys the language. Like they can teach you how to communicate.
It's that damn love language we keep hearing about.
Well, love language is a good thing.
I blame Vicky for that.
Dude, love language is important. I realized also that was not being understood in my relationship.
You know what's funny is I never even heard that.
Neither did I. And then Vicky.
Then once you guys brought it up and Vicky brought it up, now that's all I hear. It's like everywhere I'm reading something like, what's the person's love language? I'm like, are you all trolling me now? Like, what's going on?
It is really cool. If you don't know, you can quickly look it up on Google. But like one of my love languages is acts of service. So okay, I don't know what the hell happened there.
No, I had something stuck in my throat.
Okay, well, that was perhaps the single most creepy thing that you've ever done, and I'm proud of you. Wow, you're like all Snidely Whiplash and stuff right there. That was fantastic. But when you do acts of service and your brain says, well, everybody recognizes this as a love thing. Like, of course I love you. Look at all the things I do, because that's my love language. But if that's not your partner's love language, they're like, I don't care how many times you do anything for me. That doesn't say love. And if nobody knows that's why this love language thing is so cool. If you don't realize you're not speaking the same language, you're like, you're a jerk. You don't appreciate anything I do for you. And this person's like, you're a jerk. You don't do anything to show that you love me. And I mean, I don't. I literally do all my love language stuff. How do you not see that?
The things you want, but that's not necessarily what they want.
Well, I just think that acts of service, you're right. I think when people do stuff for me, it's fantastic. It's wonderful. But, so bottom line is, you know what? You got to go see a therapist.
And don't lie about the bonus.
Yeah.
Circle back. Don't lie. That's a slippery slope.
You really, it's going to be a real Band-Aid thing that it's not going to be good.
Also, if it's such a decent bonus, if you say you didn't get it, there's going to be follow-up questions. Why didn't you get it?
Yeah.
What's going on? What if you're at a party with a coworker and she brings up no, we got our bonus.
Oh yeah. And she will.
Right, she'll probably look at them and like, can you believe the Boston give you guys bonuses? And no, they did. And next thing you know, you're in the doghouse.
She might have a beverage at the Christmas party and go up to the boss and go how cheap they are.
You never know.
And then the boss is going to go, Smithers. Today is Coats for Kids Day. We've teamed up with the Washington State Council of Firefighters and Operation Warm to put new coats on kids that are in need. Today's the big day where every show is really going to ask for your help. Ryan Castle, the men's room, Taryn, as we are trying to get 2,500 coats on these kids. They need winter coats. We hope you can help. Text KISW GIVE to 44321, or you can head to KISW.com to donate. It is Coats for Kids Day. Whatever you can do, we would appreciate it. Even $5 to get it done.
We're over 21,000, man.
Woo!
Over 21,000. Let's keep it going, Rockaholics.
We're almost in Bon Jovi territory.
Oh, yeah, right there.
There you go. See?
Yeah. Bon Jovi's my love language.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Oh, all right.
Slippery one. Never mind.
Oh, wow. Okay, then.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. I have lots of tickets that I haven't paid. Can those be discharged through a bankruptcy?
Yes, there are some limits on what we can do with tickets. Tickets cannot be discharged in a full bankruptcy. In a Chapter 7 case, that won't help you get your license back. But in Chapter 13 reorganization, tickets are dischargeable. Most types of tickets are dischargeable. So you would have to pay back some of the tickets in a Chapter 13 case, but the vast majority of them could be discharged if you complete the plan. And again, you would get your license back right away when you filed the Chapter 13 case, as long as the only reason you don't have your license is because of failure to pay your tickets. But the Chapter 13 process will help you get your license back and repay a small portion of your tickets in most cases, and get your license reinstated almost immediately.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com.
Maximize the compensation for your injury claim with Phillips Law Firm. With over 80 years of combined legal experience, they won't allow the insurance companies to dictate what's good enough for you. Whether it's an auto accident or workplace injury, contact Phillips Law Firm today. If they don't win, you don't pay.
Want a little more pleasure in your life? Make 2024 your year to experience more pleasure than you thought possible. Lovers has the best adult toys, lingerie, and accessories to explore alone or together. Let our associates guide you on your pleasure journey and save 20% on your purchase with Lovers Afterglow rewards. Just mention Love 20 at one of our 18 Western Washington locations. Offer valid with free Lovers Afterglow rewards membership until January 31st. Some exclusions apply.
This summer, you need clothes that you can wear anywhere. For that, look to American Giant t-shirts, shorts, jeans, and sweatshirts. American Giant makes everything in the USA, so when you buy, you create jobs and improve local communities all across the country. Shop summertime closet staples at american-giant.com and get 20% off your order when you use code WA23 at checkout. That's 20% off at american-giant.com with promo code WA23.
Maximize the compensation for your injury claim with Phillips Law Firm. With over 80 years of combined legal experience, they won't allow the insurance companies to dictate what's good enough for you. Whether it's an auto accident or workplace injury, contact Phillips Law Firm today. If they don't win, you don't pay.
Want a little more pleasure in your life? Make 2024 your year to experience more pleasure than you thought possible. Lovers has the best adult toys, lingerie, and accessories to explore alone or together. Let our associates guide you on your pleasure journey and save 20% on your purchase with Lovers Afterglow rewards. Just mention Love 20 at one of our 18 Western Washington locations. Offer valid with free Lovers Afterglow rewards membership until January 31st. Some exclusions apply.
Your driver's license is important so you can get back and forth to work, get your kids to school, and back and forth to daycare. If your license has been suspended because you can't pay your tickets, you can't do any of those things. Let's talk about Chapter 13 bankruptcy. You may have heard the tickets cannot be discharged, but they can be dealt with in a Chapter 13 case. Why not come in for a free consultation? The chapter you choose will make all the difference to your getting back legally on the road. Let's design a plan to pay off your tickets and restore your license immediately. I'm attorney Travis Gagne. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle.
BJ all day today. It's Coach for Kids Day. We've teamed up with the Washington State Council of Firefighters and Operation Warm, trying to put brand new coats on kids that are in need, hoping to raise $50,000. And right now, BJ, we are over $21,000 raised. Baby. And we always love talking to our good friend from the Washington State Council of Firefighters, the VP himself, Dean Shelton.
Dean, good to have you back on the show, my friend.
Hey, fellas, thanks for having us back. And definitely always happy to join you guys and really appreciate everything you've done.
So we talk about a lot the Washington State Council of Firefighters, Operation Warm, as we team up with them every year to get coats on kids that need them. And Dean, you guys really, I mean, we do what we do. We try to get all that money in there. But boy, you guys do all the legwork as you organize and help us organize what we need to do to get this going. And then after the fact, and I just want to thank what you guys do to make sure that when we get these coats, they get to those kids.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, right now on social media, it's great to watch our members up and down the I-5 corridor who are getting out into these schools, into some of these toy stores, so to speak, in different communities here in Marysville. One example, we have a toy store that will distribute the coats, but clearly our goal is to get into the schools. You know, it's twofold for us, right? We get interaction with the kids. We get to actually, you know, show them what firefighters are about and who we are. And then the bonus is that they get a brand new coat. And they get to go play at recess with a brand new coat. It's awesome.
And dude, the Rockaholics have been stepping up huge. Dean, I don't know if you're a fan of Shinedown, but I think after I say this to you, you might want to become a fan of Shinedown, because the lead singer, Brent Smith, yesterday surprised us. We didn't even know that they were doing this. All of a sudden we check and there was a $5,000 donation from Brent. And I mean, we were just floored by that, because it wasn't like he was like making any announcement. I know the band finally shared it, and they even shared the link. And I've seen some people from out of state have been donating. And so massive props to the boys in Shinedown, especially Brent, their lead singer, for making that donation.
Well, you know, they were my favorite band before, and they're my favorite band now. So, you know, big thanks to Brent. And, you know, obviously anytime he wants to team up with the firefighters, we're happy to do that. We'd love to do that. If you put us into contact with him, and we'll send him a personal thank you, because that's above and beyond. And it just goes to show the type of people that are associated with not only, KISW, but also that are so benevolent and generous to our community and these kids that really, really need new coats. So thank you, Brent.
A few Rockaholics just stepped up with some big donations, BJ. Janie Julianne Kiltz Lapine donated $500 to Coach for Kids.
Thank you.
Big shout out to Kane Lynn, also donated $500 this morning to Coach for Kids. And this one just came in. Massive shout out to Donald Youngblood, just donated $1,000, $1,069 to join the 69 Club, plus $1,000. Donald, you are the man.
Oh, man.
We're over $22,000 raised right now.
It's happening. I mean, every time we do Coach for Kids Day, the Rockaholics really do step up. All day long, by the way. The men's room, Ryan Castle, Taryn Daly, they are also going to be just asking all their listeners, asking all their Rockaholics, hey, man, can you help out? Dean, we just don't think about it, but it's like, you can tell us a little bit about the fact that, like, how is it possible that we've got kids in our community when it is cold like this? I mean, that they don't have coats. It seems nuts to me that we have to do something like this, but I'm so happy that we can.
Yeah, we talked about this, I think, the last couple of years, BJ. It's unfortunate. We have so much wealth in our country and we have so much wealth in our communities that there really is no reason why kids should go hungry nor cold. And, just the benevolence, again, I think about $1,000 donation from someone. That's so incredible. I mean, what, if everybody just gave a little bit, nobody would have to give it all. And I think it's really important for us all to understand that these kids, this is really the great equalizer. Education, food on the table, roof over their head, warm coats. It really will help make these kids successful in life. And I think in the end, it makes strong communities. And really what firefighters are about and what this program is really about is creating strong communities. This program has so many people involved, right? We have you all, you have your listeners, you have the firefighters, you have teachers, you have counselors. All of these people go to create strong communities, which really just strengthens us as a society. And that's really our goal. And as a labor organization and as a union, and the union that supports all communities in the great state of Washington, we are proud to be a part of this program so that we not only we recognize how privileged we are with the work that we get to do on a daily basis, but also we want to give back. And that's really what we're about. And that's us to the core.
And we're talking to Dean Shelton, Vice President of the Washington State Council of Firefighters. Great organization that we are just so happy to pair with and just, basically just yap on the radio and hope we can get the Rockaholics to give us money while they do all the heavy lifting.
And the one nice thing is when you make a donation, if we read your name on the air, you also pay for me to butcher your name because I just sometimes have a very difficult time pronouncing some of these names.
That recently happened?
Oh, no, I've got some more names. I would love to show some love to our Rockaholics. Just, dude, they're coming in like crazy. We're trying our best to give shout-outs to everybody. If you got a business, put it in the little comment thing on there on the donation. We'll try our best to read it. Carl Lewis donated $69 during the 69 Club, as well as Dwayne Suckert, I believe.
Boy, if your name is not Dwayne Suckert, I apologize.
Sukkert. Is it Suker?
Suker? I think Suker sounds fancy.
Suker.
Dwayne Suker.
James Hull donated enough to put a brand new coat on a kid and need $20. James Klingel, $100 donated. Brian McDougal, $20. The Rockaholics just keep stepping up. Stacy and Lyles Larkin donated $69 joining the 69 Club, and Sebastian Mutter donating $100 to Coach for Kids.
Yeah, it just takes 20, and even if you only have 5, we just need 3 more of you. Then we get a coat. And Dean, you were right. It's like if everybody just donated a little, which is the key. I mean, I'm all about numbers. It's like strength in numbers. We're not asking for a lot. If you can pop a $5 out there and everybody does what you do, whoa! I mean, we are going to have no problem going over $50,000 and getting these 2,500 coats. And I think that, I like that, Dean. I like the idea that you don't have to give a lot. You just got to give whatever you got. And you'll be so surprised the strength in numbers, what it will do.
Yeah, I think you're right. I've been privileged to do this work now for almost 29 years, 30 years. And, so many people just don't realize, how it feels to really give. And, our firefighters of the Washington State Council of Firefighters, and all union firefighters in the state of Washington give on a daily basis. And, most of the time it's unrecognized, unseen. It's the stuff we do behind the scenes. This is an opportunity for other people to do the work that we do, which is to give back and to actually care for your community. And these kids, they come into this world, they're going to school, they're working hard. The least we can do is make sure we give them all the tools to be successful. The teachers do that in the classroom. Firefighters are doing it by putting coats on kids. And we couldn't do it without you all. We couldn't do it without your listeners. And we're just super happy that we have this partnership and have this long-term partnership so that we can continue to do that work because it does take money to do that. And your listeners have been so generous over the years. I just cannot thank them enough. I wish we could. I wish we could send each listener a personal thank you because we do truly believe that it does take a village, and we truly appreciate every one of your listeners that's been so giving over the years.
And if you want to give, text KISW give to 44321 to donate. That's KISW give. Text that to 44321, or you can make a donation at KISW.com.
Shout out to Rusty Shackelford, just joined the 69 Club with $169.
I know his cousin, Mr. Trabone.
No, we'll leave it at that.
Thank you.
Wow.
Sorry.
Colton Ross donated $100. Do you have a cousin named Trombone as well? What's going on here?
Well,
Lori Lawler, $100.
Ryan anybody
Malarkey.
named Hug and Kiss? Because I know Amanda, if you have anybody named Hug and Kiss.
What about Ryan Malarkey, BJ? Donated enough for a brand new coat and a kid in need.
That's
for $20.
enough of that, Ryan.
As did Jeff Lowen. Rod Money, we talked about him earlier. So
Love Rod Money.
Big shout out to Rod Money.
Yeah, it is. Here's the thing, man, and this is what I love about doing stuff like this, because we don't get very political on this show. And the reason being is if you really want to do good for the world, you do not have to get political. It doesn't matter what you believe. You could believe in anything. You could believe in aliens. You could believe the earth is round. You could believe the earth is flat. But we can all go, yeah, we should put a coat on a kid. And that's why I love doing stuff like this, because it's a no-brainer and it unifies. I mean, everybody's got to feel a little bit like, yes, let's get coats on kids. It doesn't matter. You know, I don't need somebody who makes way too much money who's going to lie to me every time he gets out there on a presidential campaign or something. No, I don't need that. I need this. And Dean, you guys, and like you said, the village, we can do it. And it shows that, you know what, we can get stuff done, even though sometimes we wonder about the people that lead us, if they're dysfunctional or not. We can get stuff done.
Yeah, you know, the firefighters have a good friend out of the state of Nebraska. His name's John Kretschmeyer. He's a professor, and you know, and he has a phrase that he uses quite often with us, and it's, you know, we all do better when we all do better.
Oh, hey.
And
that's why he's a professor.
It's super important for us to really think about that. Like we all have a lot to be fortunate about, are very, very satisfied with our lives, but there's not everybody has that same advantage in life. And so this is one opportunity for us to create that advantage for them to be successful. And who knows where these kids, you know, are going to go in the future, and what a warm coat can bring to them in their success in their life as they move forward.
And we learned it's not Suckert.
It is.
It wasn't Dwayne Suckert. It's Sue Kurt.
Sue Kurt.
Sue Kurt.
I don't know. I think you should go with Sue Care. You know, like
Care.
Stephen Colbert and the Colbert Report.
Okay.
I think he should really be Sue Care.
You tell him that.
All right, I will. So Dean, the other big news that's going on is tomorrow is my last day. And since I have you here, I really want to thank you for this opportunity. I was an adopted kid, so anytime I get to help out kids that just don't have what kids who are in, you know, stable families and kids that have homes and whatever reason that this kid doesn't have a coat, I know what it's like to be that kid that never got the new stuff, that wondered if, you know, maybe somebody would care for me or if I'd have a life like a normal kid would have. And so I am so happy that you've let me be part of this, because it is a thing near and dear to my heart. And one of the greatest things that I think I've done in my career is help in this process. And I want to thank you for that.
Well, you know, BJ, first of all, you and Steve and the rest of the team there, you know, you guys are our honorary firefighters. Obviously, we had you at a convention a few years ago to recognize you. You know, I cannot even begin to thank you personally. You know, your story obviously is one of, it's amazing, right? I mean, as an adopted child and somebody that's gone on to have great success. And I know we make fun a lot of different things, and you guys have a lot of fun on your program, but you know, in all seriousness, you know, we the firefighters, the Washington State Council of Firefighters, cannot thank you personally and the rest of the team. You and Steve have been just instrumental in us being able to do this work. We talked briefly before the show, right? We think we're well over $500,000 in total generated revenues through your listeners over the years. You know, we are going to miss you. Obviously, I know you and I will keep in touch. And, you know, and on behalf of the Washington State Council of Firefighters, our sincerest thank you, you know, on President Dennis Lawson, Secretary Treasurer Greg Markley, myself. We just cannot thank you enough for all that you do for these kids in our state and for your, you know, in your listeners' communities. BJ, thank you. We are always here for you. We wish you the best in this holiday season, but also beyond that, because it is about the big picture. And I really, truly believe that our friendships between your team and us is just going to continue. And we love you. And we really we wish you and Steve the most amazing holiday possible.
Thank you so much. Dean Shelton, Vice President of the Washington State Council of Firefighters. Dean, thank you. And again, all it takes is $20. Text KISW GIVE to 44321 today to donate.
We're over $23,000 raised, guys.
All right.
Shout out to KC Crusaders Paintball, just donated $500.
Thank you so much. It is Coach for Kids Day. That's what's going on. And we would just love it if you could give whatever you could give. $5, $20. A lot of people giving more if you can. Go to KISW.com if you want to donate today.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
Maximize the compensation for your injury claim with Phillips Law Firm. With over 80 years of combined legal experience, they won't allow the insurance companies to dictate what's good enough for you. Whether it's an auto accident or workplace injury, contact Phillips Law Firm today. If they don't win, you don't pay.
Want a little more pleasure in your life? Make 2024 your year to experience more pleasure than you thought possible. Lovers has the best adult toys, lingerie, and accessories to explore alone or together. Let our associates guide you on your pleasure journey and save 20% on your purchase with Lovers Afterglow rewards. Just mention Love 20 at one of our 18 Western Washington locations. Offer valid with free Lovers Afterglow rewards membership until January 31st. Some exclusions apply.
The new year is all about new beginnings and fresh starts. This year, resolve to treat every inch of your skin to silky, smooth hydration with Osea's best-selling Undaria Algae Body Butter. Luxuriously rich but never greasy, this TikTok-famous body butter is clinically proven to visibly firm skin and provide 72 hours of continuous hydration. Start your year fresh with clean vegan skincare from Osea. Get 10% off your first order site-wide with code GLOW at OseaMalibu.com.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. Today, Coach for Kids Day. Yeah, we're working with the Washington State Council of Firefighters again, Operation Warm, because we want to put those new coats on kids that need them. All right, Steve, we're trying to get 2,500 coats. How are we doing?
We are doing great. We're just a few $100s away from $26,000 raised. BJ just keeps growing and growing as we've been doing the show.
So we passed the halfway mark.
We did pass the halfway mark. And there are so many rock hogs. I apologize. We won't be able to get to everybody's names. Also, just the way that we get the information. Sometimes we miss some names. So please don't take it personal if we don't. But we love all of you for making it happen. People like Kathy Kane Shiro, she donated, as well as Jessica Hutzfeld donated $20. Brittany donated $5. Like we said, any amount.
Yes.
We'll take. Katerina Bertucci donated $500 to Coach for Kids. Rob Brooks joined the 69 Club. Monkey Kung Fu. We said if you put the business name on there, we'll try and show some love. So Monkey Kung Fu donated $100. It's just, dude, it's overwhelming how many people have been messaging us, and much love to all the rockaholics.
We do want to give a lot of love to that $5 donation, because if everybody does that, I mean, you just we group 4 of them together, there's a new coat. Group 4 of them together, there's a new coat.
Jacob Burfoot donated $5, or even Shane Cleese donated $10. Like you said, any amount, it all adds up right there. Those three put together enough for a brand new coat on a kid in need.
Really, it is strength in numbers. And Rockaholics, we're not asking for a lot. We're just asking you for just show up. Just, really, just text KISW GIVE to 44321 today. $5. You can do that right now. Just text KISW GIVE to 44321 today. $5, you're done. Or head to KISW.com if you want to donate that way. That would be so awesome. It's Coach for Kids Day all day long. Ryan Castle, the men's room, Taryn, they're going to be also helping us out with this. And it is just, really, I mean, you know how it is out there. I mean, today's a rainy-ass day. Let me go out there. Yeah, still.
Well, you're not really going out there. You just moved the blinds.
Yeah, you're right. Well, yeah.
But, I get it, man.
You sure don't want to go out there?
So far, let me go out there like we have a door.
Let me go out there.
That'd be crazy if we did.
Remember, the old place, we had a nice door. We could go out there.
That balcony was amazing. Yeah. That's the only thing I miss about that old place.
Yeah, you're right. That is the only thing I miss.
That in our own office where we had our own little
I missed
bed.
that too.
That was cool.
Remember the Avanti Market we had?
That was pretty awesome.
I miss
it. Well.
I think really we missed the old place.
Honestly, I hate this place.
This place sucks. Yeah. Really, really the worst decision. All right, so I didn't hear about this. Did you know there's a naughty line in the movie The Santa Claus that Disney had to cut out?
I did not know about that until I saw it was on social media yesterday. I mean, I love the movie. I've seen it every Christmas for at least the last 10 years. We've been watching. My wife and I think that's our favorite of all the Christmas movies. Although the Santa Paws is coming up pretty close. I'm kidding. But no, I didn't know that there was a scene that was deleted because of a naughty line.
Yeah, the New York Post ran this article about this, and I guess it's a scene where Tim Allen's ex gives him a slip of paper so he can reach her over the holidays. And here's the line that never got in the movie.
Here's Neil's mom's number in case.
1-800-SPANK-ME. I know that number.
And a Merry Christmas to you, too.
I don't remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, well,
it's on the movie.
Yeah. Okay, that's his ex that gave him that number, 1-800-SPANK-ME? That's interesting.
No, I think he's making it up. She gave him the real number.
Oh.
And then
He's being a wise. He's being a wise.
He's being a wise ass.
Yeah.
And I'm stupid and don't even know how movies work. Thank you, Danny. Thank you for
You
explaining
need to
that
just
to me.
watch the movie again to get the spirit of who he was before he became Santa Claus.
I like the Santa Claus. I thought they
So
did a good
good.
job.
Yeah.
Even though I'm not a big Tim Allen fan, but I got to love him because of Galaxy Quest, and I got to love him because of the Santa Claus. But but I heard that I should not waste my time with the TV shows.
No, I told you that.
Oh, that's who I heard it from.
I'm a big fan of the Santa Claus movies, but it's funny that they had to remove that.
Well, because it kind of was like he did have some one-liners if you think back on the movie that were kind of spiced. Because I remember the other one of like, oh, are you spending Christmas with your parents tonight? And he's like, no, we're spending Christmas with Neil's parents. He's like, oh, Christmas at the Pound, and then he starts like barking and like a cat thing. It's like that's kind of spicy. Like I know not as bad as that,
Right.
But
Well, that's the whole premise. Like he wasn't really Santa Claus material, and that's
Right.
like, that's the fun of the movie that he eventually became Santa Claus material.
Okay, so
spoiler alert. Sorry.
Yeah, here we're getting a little bit more clarity on this. So they cut it out of the movie, but it used to be in the movie. It was in the original version, and so they had it in there since 1994. But then Disney found out that. And they found out the hard way that the number was real, and parents were complaining that kids were calling 1-800-SPANK-ME, which is a sex hotline.
That's amazing.
So it was in the original movie, and Disney cut it out as far as, because they run it all the time on Disney Plus and stuff.
And I didn't.
I don't
back
remember
in
that at
94,
all.
I didn't see this movie. I mean, I wasn't like Mr. Christmas spirit. Like I was anti-Christmas, but in the 90s, I was in college. I was going to see a Christmas movie, and I really didn't pay attention to it until. Honestly, being with my wife, and that just became the movie we watched. By that time, that scene was removed.
So you might have a collector's item on your hands. I don't, because if you have the original VHS or Laserdisc versions, that line is in there.
Who has a Laserdisc version of this?
Yeah, you never know. Some people like to collect. Who
And
knows if that's worth anything?
And if I was a kid, I would probably call that number.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I would.
Because I used to. Did you ever call the 555 numbers that whenever a movie was like, here's my number, 555, 69, whatever it was, I'd be like, well, let me see.
Oh, you know the number I called.
867-5309.
That's the number I called. You know it exactly. Tommy Two-Tone told me to call it because, for a good time, call.
But who's calling 800 numbers anymore? I didn't even know those existed.
Oh, you mean
1-800? No, it said the 1-800-SPANK-ME. It's not even a 1-900 number.
Oh, yeah, you're right. So that's like a free one.
Is it? Can we call it? Would we get in trouble?
It says here it is still a sex hotline.
Oh, we probably.
But how bad would they be if we tried now? Probably
I'll check
bad.
it on the next break and see
All
if
right.
it's radio.
Okay, and then if
it charges, I mean, we're not associated to that number, so yeah, take the charge.
Yeah.
We should. Yeah, isn't that like? Doesn't Hair Club have all his stuff lined up to us?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so he'll pay for all these things.
Then he has to explain that to his wife why he was calling 1-800-SPANK-ME.
That's, you know what? I think he should have to, because we're not going to. Oh man!
Oh, so it says my DVD copy still has that line. F Disney.
Wow! I didn't know that it went to DVD with it too, because I thought DVD might be too old, too new.
That's so funny. Someone said, "Yeah, I totally remember that line being in the movie. I had the VHS when I was a kid in the mid '90s." And someone said, I feel like I just heard that line in the movie. Are you sure it wasn't just removed for the Disney app recently?
Interesting.
It might be Disney Plus.
And honestly, I might have even heard that line, but in one ear, out the other.
Went over here. There's so many. When I was a kid, I look back on movies, even Grease, because my mom used to let me watch Grease all the time.
The second greatest of all the Grease films.
Yeah,
But there were so many dirty jokes in that movie.
Yeah.
And as a kid, I didn't even hear them. They just, the dirty jokes, I didn't know what they were talking about. So it was just one of those,
even Grease 2, I watched as a kid and loved it. Okay. But there's a song in it where, he's basically pretending like the country's under attack, and they're in a little safety place, whatever those were called back
bunker.
in the bunker.
Yeah,
thank you. And he's like, we need to do it for our country. Basically, we need to have sex for our country before I go off and fight this war. And it's just as a kid, I didn't know. I was just like, oh yeah, do it. Yeah,
It is
you
interesting.
guys should do it for the country.
It's so funny because there was a lot of double entendre back in those days because, you had to hide the way you wanted to talk about having sex.
Sure.
And now if people use that same double entendre, they're kind of canceled.
Oh,
Even though it was secret, covert conversation just to try to give us more freedom and liberation to talk about sex because, all those silent generation people were like, it's a horrible thing and you can't write about it and talk about it. But like, if you listen to some of those Beatles songs, man, they wanted to hold your hand. That's not what he wants to do. He wants to, they want to bang you. When Hold Me Tight has always been euphemistic for tight enough because you know what, we're doing something. And if you listen to those songs, of course, they had to find different ways. And then AC/DC came along and basically just said, I want to bang you. But I mean, it's...
Dude, so many movies back in those days, like the craziest messages. When you were talking about that, made me think about do you remember the Tom Cruise movie Losing It?
Oh,
This was like an 80s...
Oh, my gosh. That's
bad comedy.
I kind of don't remember this.
1982. And the premise of this movie is that I think he's in high school, him and his other teen buddies, they all travel to Tijuana, Mexico.
Oh!
And you remember what they were trying to get in Tijuana?
And weren't they trying to lose it?
They're trying to get some Spanish fly so they could slip it in the ladies' drinks so they could have sex with them.
Yeah.
Basically, the whole movie's about trying to find roofies.
Yeah.
But as a kid, I'm like, man, I want Spanish fly too. That's amazing. Spanish fly can help me get laid.
It's
could
so
you imagine a movie now like that?
It is so horrible to think. And somebody said, yeah, we're going to make this movie,
and Tom Cruise is in it.
I know. That looks like there was a lot of people in that movie.
Jackie Earl Haley.
Oh yeah,
he's in it.
Man.
I don't know, John Stockwell.
I don't know who that is either.
Shelley Long,
from Cheers.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that might be.
See, that just goes to show you that back then,
I want to watch it again just to see how.
Oh, it's got to be bad.
Bad and how wrong it is.
It's on Tubi or Pluto TV.
Oh, don't do it.
Or Peacock for free.
Dude, as a kid, we loved this movie.
Well,
we all wanted Spanish Fly.
That's the problem. You basically all wanted to be Bill Cosby.
Yeah, but at the time we didn't think that was it just the way the movie made it seem like this is just what we do.
That is why we have to
so
somehow.
messed up.
You really have to go, wow, my hard drive has got to be reprogrammed because we were told this was normal. We were told, and women were told, that's just boys being boys. That was also the other side of it. You got to deal with it, boys being boys. That is so weird. The sense and sensibilities of different decades ago.
And I remember the premise of the movie. I forgot that Tom Cruise was in the movie. And this is like a super young Tom Cruise.
Look at that, man. Is it one of his first?
82.
He looks real like he looks wicked
like a
young.
teenager. Yeah,
he looks like a kid.
Yeah, this was like probably right after Outsiders.
Yeah. Wow. Okay, Tom.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of like what other.
He probably doesn't talk about that movie much.
I know. I would love to interview him and bring it up just to see.
Tom, can I ask you about one of your greatest achievements?
Remember we interviewed
Losing
Tom Cruise? We had like a 5-minute interview with him, remember?
Oh, how did that? Was I okay with him?
Oh, yeah, he was great in the 5 minutes that we got to speak.
I know, there wasn't a long time.
That was like the biggest, like...
I don't even remember. It was, because I don't remember, you want to at least have 10 minutes. I don't even remember. Until you brought it up, I forgot we interviewed Tom Cruise.
I legit forgot until right now, but I remember being like, hey, would you like to talk to Tom Cruise? You know it. Of course we want to talk. I can't remember which movie it was for. But
probably Losing It.
I think it might have been for like one of the Mission Impossible movies. I can't. But they're like, great. You guys have him on for Friday. You have 5 minutes with him. I'm like, 5 minutes? Sometimes 10 minutes isn't enough.
You barely get to really even know a guy for 5 minutes.
Losing It was his third movie ever.
What was his first?
His first was Endless Love.
I don't know.
In 1981. Then Taps.
Taps was a good movie.
Then Losing It, and then The Outsiders was.
You better watch Taps again. You don't know if you're liking a movie that might be getting you.
I'm pretty convinced I won't like it now.
Yeah,
well, at the time I loved it.
You just don't want to get canceled.
I mean, Taps was just like.
I have no idea. I don't know Taps.
That was like a war movie.
Right?
Okay. Or like it was like a military-based movie.
Sometimes those war movies are very inappropriate with the way they do things, just, because of the sense and sensibilities of the time.
Military cadets take extreme measures to ensure the future of their academy when its existence is threatened by local condo developers.
Okay, I bet they do some bad things to make sure those condo developers don't do what they do.
It was a big school-wide rebellion happened.
Yeah.
Oh, man, all those old school movies.
I know, you love that stuff. It's your childhood.
What was the one? Red Dawn? Wolverines!
Red Dawn was Val Kilmer, right?
I think so, right?
Yeah.
Was that Wolverines? When they yelled that?
God, you know what? I can't remember.
I don't know either.
It's so bad. There's so many movies. I haven't seen Red Dawn in a skillion years, so I don't even know. But I thought Val Kilmer was in it. Am I right?
Yeah. I think
All right. At least I got that right. Okay.
Yeah, they were called the Wolverines. Patrick Swayze was in it.
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
Oh, Patrick Swayze was in all those movies.
Thomas Howell, Charlie Sheen.
Oh, Charlie Sheen was in
Jennifer
it.
Grey.
Wow. Well, look.
I don't know if Val Kilmer was in it.
If he wasn't in it?
I don't see him on this list.
Okay, then
I think you're thinking Patrick Swayze. They both had nice hair.
That's what it is. Well, if Patrick Swayze's in it, you know that Jennifer Grey's got to be in it.
She was, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. You don't put Patrick Swayze in the corner when you're trying to do military cadet stuff.
Okay. C. Thomas Howell was like a big.
I forgot about C. Thomas Howell.
He was like the guy.
Whatever happened? Is he still
like
around?
30 seconds.
Is he dead? What's going on with C. Thomas?
I don't think he's dead.
He could be. So things happen.
I haven't seen him since he was a young guy. That kind of
Is that
threw
him
me
now?
off. I mean,
well, he looks like a British actor now.
That's him from 10 years ago.
Whoa.
British actor.
He does. He's got that sort of, hello, I've got a salt and pepper beard and a very short haircut, and I'm wearing a cardigan.
Recently, he's been in Obliterated. He was in Old Dads. He's in Crimson Point.
Old
SEAL
Dads,
Team.
I think, was a good movie.
Talk about movies that you can't recreate. Remember the movie that he got popular for?
Well, I forget.
Soul Man. Soul Man was like, how do you even try to do that?
Wasn't that wearing
that's when he started as he was a law student that decided, I'm going to pretend to be black in order to get a scholarship, and he colored his skin.
How did they make that movie? Who in Hollywood said, no
86.
problem, we can get this done? When?
1986.
Yeah, see, 86 was a different time.
I mean, it was a box. It made $35 million.
See, my generation,
at the time, which was a lot at the time.
I want to tell you my generation. My generation was telling the old people who were in their 40s and 60s at the time of 1986, you guys, this is crap. You shouldn't be doing this. And they're looking at us, shut up, kid. What do you know? And I remember having conversations. This will not be a good look. In 10, 20, 30 years, this will not be a good look, some of the things that you guys want to do for entertainment. And I'm talking radio. I
want to watch this movie just to see,
There were some radio personalities, Steve, if you listen to their air checks from those times, the 1986 and stuff. I mean, there was a character called Greaseman who...
Oh, I remember Greaseman.
Greaseman, his ability to do a show was amazing. He was so talented and so gifted, but the content, some of the times, was horrific. And you're like, how is this on the radio? And I remember when I first started in the business, they look, people looked at me like, what are you, an idiot? What are you, a troublemaker? What are you, one of those tree huggers? And I'm like,
yes.
Dude, I got news for you. This is not, in 20 years, this is not going to be cool. And you're really going to be looked at and hated for what you've done. And people just like, I remember Don Imus had stuff. When he worked in Cleveland, Don Imus had stuff that he quickly doesn't ever want to talk about.
I'm sure Stern as well, man.
I don't, did Howard, do you think, ever do like racist stuff?
Oh, yes.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Oh, my God.
Oh, I don't remember Howard being like that.
I mean, stuff that obviously wouldn't do now. But yeah, because I grew up, that was a guy, he was the king of New York when I was growing up.
And what's really funny is that when, depending on where you go in the country, and Steve, you and I were present, I'm not going to say much, but we were present at a convention where people said, hey, we're going to show you some of our best radio bits.
That was weird.
Oh, my God. And it was relatively recent, and we're at the convention.
It's within the last 10, 15 years. Okay.
You figure, though, by 10, 15 years, you're like, okay, everybody gets the memo. You can't do stereotypical, horrific, marginalized people humor. You just can't do that. And all of a sudden, we're there, and this show is like, so here's one of our greatest bits. And I'm like, oh, my God, are we back in the 30s? What the hell is going on? And they don't have a clue. They're proud of it. Mm-hmm. Like, they're featuring it. It's our best feature. And I'm like, I remember you and I looked at each other like, where the F are we?
It was weird because there's a kind of like a 50-50 split of how the audience reacted to it, too. Like, some people are like, that's amazing. Other people are like, this is awkward.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at that. That's amazing. People going, are you guys, what? Oh,
I remember looking at me going, yeah, we're never doing stuff like that, right? Like, no, these guys are idiots. So
these guys are.
What the hell is wrong with this?
These guys shouldn't be
Where
working.
are we?
Yeah. These guys shouldn't be working at all. All right, so yesterday, Steve, he did get this one right. Oh, or maybe not. You know what?
I feel like I did.
I feel like you probably would have got it right if given the fair opportunity to
I
get
can
things
recreate it.
right.
Be like, I said this. And then Sarah's like, you are so smart. I was not surprised by that.
Okay, I really don't think that would have happened in real life. Okay. Oh, do we have it?
We have it.
Well, let's, enough of these lies from Steve. Did he get it right?
What Beatles member released the song Wonderful Christmas Time?
Paul McCartney.
Yes.
See?
You got it right. Mm-hmm. And apparently your favorite song. From what I get. You want a shot at beating Steve? You got it. 206-803-ROCK. We're playing Beat Migs. Going to do that at 8:47 on The Rock.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. How do I know if bankruptcy is going to provide me with relief? What are the steps for my situation?
There's so much information out there about bankruptcy with the internet and what people have heard from friends and other people that they've talked to about their financial issues or bankruptcy. There's also a lot of bad information out there or urban legends about bankruptcy. In order to determine whether bankruptcy makes sense for you, you need to talk to an attorney that's experienced in bankruptcy. So in order to determine whether bankruptcy makes sense for you, you should talk to an experienced bankruptcy attorney. And my job is not to convince you to file bankruptcy. My job is to help you to make that decision and have all the facts so that you can make an informed decision about whether bankruptcy makes sense for you, what benefits it's going to have for you, and what the downside of filing bankruptcy is.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com.
Maximize the compensation for your injury claim with Phillips Law Firm. With over 80 years of combined legal experience, they won't allow the insurance companies to dictate what's good enough for you. Whether it's an auto accident or workplace injury, contact Phillips Law Firm today. If they don't win, you don't pay.
Want a little more pleasure in your life? Make 2024 your year to experience more pleasure than you thought possible. Lovers has the best adult toys, lingerie, and accessories to explore alone or together. Let our associates guide you on your pleasure journey and save 20% on your purchase with Lovers Afterglow rewards. Just mention Love 20 at one of our 18 Western Washington locations. Offer valid with free Lovers Afterglow rewards membership until January 31st. Some exclusions apply.
Need to stock up on any weather wardrobe staples? Check out American Giant for hoodies, jackets, sweats, and more pieces you can wear anywhere, all made right here in the USA. Go to American-Giant.com and use code ANYSTYLE24 for 20% off your order.
Imagine the relief of securing fair compensation for an accident you were in, where the insurance companies aren't dictating what's good enough and your injuries and suffering are truly acknowledged. Whether it's an auto accident, a workplace injury, or slip and fall, Phillips Law Firm has dedicated over 2 decades to ensuring their clients receive the rightful compensation and attention they deserve. Call 1-800-JUSTICE today or visit justiceforyou.com. If they don't win, you don't pay. Phillips Law Firm. Justice for you.
Want a little more pleasure in your life? Make 2024 your year to experience more pleasure than you thought possible. Lovers has the best adult toys, lingerie, and accessories to explore alone or together. Let our associates guide you on your pleasure journey and save 20% on your purchase with Lovers Afterglow rewards. Just mention Love 20 at one of our 18 Western Washington locations. Offer valid with free Lovers Afterglow rewards membership until January 31st. Some exclusions apply.
Your home is going into foreclosure and you feel like a financial wreck. You don't know where to turn for accurate information. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne. Let's talk about some legal options. If we work quickly, we can propose a plan to save your home, modify the loan, or in many cases even eliminate your second mortgage. The consultation is free. I've helped hundreds of people just like you make informed decisions about whether to save their home or exit it on a reasonable, organized timeline. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. Today, Coats for Kids Day. We've teamed up with Washington State Council of Firefighters, Operation Warm. We want to put new coats in those kids. We need to get 2,500 coats. We need to get that money raised.
And that's $50,000. And we're getting closer and closer, BJ. I thought it was a tall order, but, I'm starting to feel a little bit more optimistic as the day goes on because we have Ryan Castle, we have the men's room, we have Taryn Daly. Everybody's going to be hoping to get some money raised for the great cause. And we're over $28,000 raised.
Yeah, here we go.
Here we go. It's starting to feel good. Thanks to an anonymous donation of $1,000.
Thank you.
That just came in. That's really cool. Kiana J donated $100.
We know Kiana. She's awesome.
I thought that was really cool. Jason Jones joining the 69 Club plus nice. 100. Kenneth Stafford, he donated $25. He had a Rockaholics. There's so many names. Tim McGraw. I don't know if it's the country singer.
Thank you, Tim. I'll get that rotten son of yours to do it.
He
or father, maybe.
$275. I'd say, I don't know, maybe it is the real Tim McGraw because, again, shout out to Brent from Shinedown,
Yeah.
the front man of Shinedown. Yesterday donated $5,000 to Coach for Kids. What a stand-up dude.
That was what a great thing to walk in and see today.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but again, we're all about those $5 donations too. If you just go and text KISW give to 44321, if you just do that right now and throw a $5 spot in there, you may go, come on. It will be such a help because of strength in numbers, because 4 of those $5 donations gets us another coat. So please, whatever you can give, text KISW give to 44321 today.
You're all about the $5. I'm all about the $69.
Oh, I have no problem with that.
Shout out to the 69 Club. They're stepping up big. Jackie Hattori just donated $69. Robert D, $69. Kevin Kerwin, $69. Those are coming in as well. And Vince Nuri as well. Or Vince Nur.
Vince Nur.
Vince Nur.
You can go to KISW.com, get all the info. You can also donate there as well.
Let's play Beat Migs.
It's time to play the game. So everybody scream his name. Beat Migs. Don't be a loser. Whoa. Beat Migs. You're a loser.
Who's ready to be Migs? I know Ryan from Kent is. Ryan, are you there?
BJ Shea.
Who cares?
All right, Steve, now get out of here.
Goodbye.
We all care, BJ. We miss you, man.
Thank you, Ryan. Appreciate the love, brother. Really, thank you.
For those playing at home, Ryan has 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. You can pass all you want, but you only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
Oh, yeah. All
right.
The branch of mathematics concerned with specific functions of angles and their applications to calculations is called what?
Geometry?
No.
Pass.
Which athlete has won the most Olympic medals?
Phelps. Michael Phelps.
Yes. What actor voiced Groot in the Garden of the Galaxy movies?
Vin Diesel.
Yes. Orange juice is an excellent source of what vitamin?
D?
No.
C?
Yes. Frankfurt and Lexington are cities in what U.S. state?
Kentucky?
Yes. What female singer has the hit songs Hello and Rolling in the Deep?
Oh, the computer. Adele.
Yes. What is 25% of 200?
25% of 200. Let's go. Oof.
Math.
50?
Yes.
Nice.
Which country originated the sport of curling?
Probably Canada.
No.
Russia?
No.
Norway?
No. The text abbreviation IKR stands for what?
I know, right?
Yes. And with that, you get 7 correct.
I respect the
let's
singer.
Go. The pick for BJ. Let's do it.
Yes. I know. I didn't get it at first, and then I got it. That was funny. I wonder if Steve will get that one.
I don't know.
Steve, are you ready?
Yes.
The branch of mathematics concerned with specific functions of angles and their applications to calculations is called what?
Geometry?
No.
Arithmetic?
No.
Aragari?
No.
Aragari.
Which athlete has won the most Olympic medals?
Michael Phelps.
Yes. What actor voiced Groot in the Garden of the Galaxy movies?
I am Groot. Vin Diesel.
Yes. Orange juice is an excellent source of what vitamin?
C.
Yes. Frankfurt and Lexington are cities in what U.S.
Kentucky.
state? Yes. What female singer has the hit songs Hello and Rolling in the Deep?
Adele.
Yes.
Adele.
What is 25% of 200?
$50.
Yes.
Yes.
Or 50.
Yes.
Sorry.
Which country originated the sport of curling?
That'd be Canada.
No.
Oh. America.
No.
Oh. Denmark.
No.
Oh.
The text abbreviation IKR stands for what?
I know, right?
Yes. The sitcom How I Met Your Mother had how many seasons?
Ooh.
9?
Yes.
Nice work.
And with that, you get 8 correct, which is a win, 8-7.
Oh, so close, Ryan.
Win.
So close, Ryan.
Aw.
Thanks for trying, though, buddy. Appreciate that. That was a good call. And thanks for the kind words, Ryan.
He said something nice.
He did say something nice, yeah.
That's nice of him.
Isn't that nice? It's almost like something's happening tomorrow.
I know, right?
Yeah.
He's still lost, though. But-
Well, you know what? He's still a good man.
And he didn't get to the last question, so maybe it would have been a tie.
Yeah, that's why, man, if you can pass like an SOB in this game.
Did I get to the last question?
Yes, you did.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you guys both missed the same 2 questions. The branch of mathematics concerned with specific functions of angles.
Is that
and their
trigonometry?
It is.
Hey.
I know. And which country originated the sport of curling?
Wow, I would be guessing. Is it a cold place?
Yes.
Iceland?
Scotland.
Scotland did curling?
Yeah.
I would.
Why do I not know that?
Dude, I would have put a good chunk of money down if you said, hey, bet on me what you think the answer is, thinking that it was Canada.
I thought it was Canada, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why you would know that, Dad. Why you would know where curling
Well, I know
originated.
that. Well, because I mean, a lot of people don't know that. Like golf came from Scotland. I wouldn't have known that either. But I've learned, I feel like curling. I just feel like I would know. You're right, Sarah. Why would I know that? I just feel like I should know that, and I don't know that.
Well, congratulations, Steve.
There we go, Steve. Hey, can I want to give a quick shout out. Just
do whatever you want, man.
Yeah. Okay, I thought tomorrow was the day.
I don't care.
Yeah, well, I got a really nice message yesterday, and when you get a message from somebody who is massively successful in your industry, and maybe have kicked your ass in the ratings from time to time, you go, hey, that's kind of cool. And I got a really nice letter from Brooke Fox from Brooke and Jeffrey.
Okay.
And I don't think I've ever met her, and I know her boss, and I was like, dude, I would love to get together with her because she's had an amazing career in this town. She has just worked so hard to get to where she is, and now, of course, they are super successful, not just here but also across the country.
Plus, she works with Jose, and I love Jose.
Oh, Jose's the best. Yeah, he's another guy who have I met Jose? I don't think I have either.
I don't know who you've met. And who
I know,
you
but
met.
I'm old and forget
honestly,
things.
I only correspond with him via like messages on social media and stuff like that. I've never met him, or I might have met him like real briefly. But yeah, I don't know if you have.
So, it's like I get a lot of messages from Rockaholics and listeners and whatever, and people posting whatever. And then Brooke sent a nice message like, you don't even know if people know who you are because they're doing their job. I'm doing my job. And like I said, I don't think we ever met.
They know.
And wow, I have a certain set of skills and you will know who I am. And I just want to say thank you because, when somebody at her level of success reaches out and says really kind things, you're like, it's very humbling. Mm-hmm. And I just wanted to thank Brooke for that because it was a nice surprise yesterday. It was like, whoa, wow, you don't even know if anybody's aware of you, let alone saying something really, really nice. And of course, she's just super, super successful. So very, very humbling and very appreciative of it all.
So I got to take back all the mean things I've been saying off air. No,
yeah, you really should.
I've never had, everything I've always heard has been nothing but great things about her. I don't know her.
Well, yeah, and I don't know her either, but my attitude is I just look at track record, man.
Oh no, success. Yeah, I'm just talking as a person. Like I haven't heard anything like where people are like, oh, that person's a bad. I've always heard great things. You and I have been here long enough. We know how long she worked and worked her way up and created the show that she created. She had all sorts of many speed bumps.
Yes, many speed bumps, and that's why I always have a lot of appreciation for somebody that just stays in the game because that's the key to winning is just staying in the game. And you wondered, you're like, oh my gosh, that's going on over there, and Brooke just stayed around, and the next Brooke's like ruling the place.
I know, it was like Bruce Lee once said like be water.
Yeah,
but I think in radio it's be a cockroach. So
yes,
you just keep going. You just keep going as long as you don't give up. Your success will come.
That's for sure, and not that we're saying that anybody that we're talking about today is a cockroach.
You know what? Damn it, that did sound bad.
Yeah, but I
take it back.
I get your sentiments.
A dove.
Be a dove and let them fly.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't mean it that way.
So, our industry sometimes thinks you shouldn't talk about the competition. Our industry sometimes is stupid because the world's a big place where folks go for entertainment, and the entire radio business is definitely in competition with every other sort of place that people go for entertainment. And sometimes the people that run our companies don't understand that. They're like back in the 1960s or something.
I always attribute it as a dumb story, but I remember when I used to do remember when Car Toys would have those big tent sales?
Yes.
And they would always have the radio people come out, and Dan Bretler would bounce from every radio station that's set up outside of it.
Yeah.
And do these amazing, he was so good with just come in, bang out a quick commercial. His timing was great. But the nice thing was you had a lot of downtime, and I always joked it was like radio fair, like a job fair. It's like all the radio stations that are your quote unquote competition, your evil enemies, somebody from each show is there just sitting around like awkwardly waiting for to do the live commercials. And then you just end up talking to each other. And you're like, wow, we get along really well. Like most of the radio people I've ever met, I'm very fired up to meet. And it seems like that's the same on their end. But at first you're just like, what's going on?
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that at least, when I got into the business, you were supposed to hate everyone.
It was supposed to be you're at war.
Yeah, and that was just a mentality back then, and it's surely not like that now. Even though some companies don't get that, and I'm very, very, very appreciative and just humbled by the kind words that Brooks sent yesterday. So there you go. That's all I wanted to say. That's it.
Well, that wasn't bad.
No, it wasn't bad, was it?
No, you can say that whenever you want, man.
Oh, thanks, buddy. Today is Coach for Kids Day. Just $20. All it takes to put a brand new coat on a kid that needs one. You can text KISW GIVE to 44321 if you want to donate, or you can head to KISW.com to donate today. Either way, get it done. And now it's time for Listeners on the Loose. You pick the topic, you guide the show. Call us, text us 206-803-ROCK. We got those calls, we got those texts. We'll take those at 9:17 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. It's Listeners on the Loose. Brought to you by the Professional Bull Riders, 206-803-ROCK. That is the number to call. That is the number to text. Do remember when you get through those, Steve has a rule.
That's to show some energy and bring it. Otherwise, you're going to be gone. We'll have to say goodbye.
Goodbye, old friend.
That's right. You get to pick the topic. You get to guide the show, which means I'm sure there won't be any questions about tomorrow, because tomorrow is where we're supposed to answer all those questions, and therefore nobody will have anything to say at all until tomorrow.
Well, yeah, that's how it works, right?
Yeah, that's exactly how
with
it's
your
supposed
son
to
in
work.
charge of the phone calls, I'm sure that's exactly what he's going to do.
Let's go to Karina in Fife, home of the Poodle Dog. Karina, you are on The Rock.
Good morning.
Good morning, Karina. What you got for us today?
I just wanted to say thank you for everything you guys do on the morning show. I love listening to all your guys' advice, and I'm going to miss you, BJ.
Oh, Karina, thank you so much. And if you don't know what's going on, you might be one of the 3 people that don't. Tomorrow is indeed my last show, and Karina, thank you so much for that. It's not a joke. It's not a bit. Got a lot of people in the industry going, sounds like a stunt. And I'm just like, I want to call them up and go, you know what? We don't do that kind of crap here. Tomorrow is the last day. We'll have information tomorrow. Also, Steve and the gang have done an amazing job of getting, with very short notice, because I'm a pain in the ass to work with, and I didn't tell anybody I wanted to do a last show. And then finally, at the last minute, I said, maybe I should. And as Steve...
You say that, and yes, you are a pain in the ass. No,
thank you. I appreciate that.
I was... And throughout, I don't know how, it's not the right term, but when you see all this, it's been such a mind F, but I was so happy when you said you would, because I feel like you should, and I know all the people that we're going to have on tomorrow are happy that you're doing it so they can actually say something to you, because there's a lot of people who love you, and just to finish the show tomorrow and have no mention of it would have been, I would have respected it, because this is your choice. At the end of the day, I'm here for you, but I'm happy you are.
Yeah,
if happy is the right term, I guess.
Of course, I said Bob Rivers, who's, if anybody knows Bob and knows us and knows of our history, we are amazingly close friends in radio. I don't have a closer friend. I don't have somebody who I would call brother and do anything that he'd want. He has been so great to me. I wouldn't have Paul Anderson, Agent to the Stars, if not for Bob. I wouldn't have this career if not for Bob. Bob literally got me this job in this company, which also wouldn't have happened if Bob didn't go in and basically browbeat the program director and say, you need to hire this guy. So Bob was the one that said, do the last show. Mm-hmm. Then I went to my therapist. I have 3 of them, so I asked all of them.
You went to Wednesdays.
Yeah. And because we can't say much tomorrow. You're not going to know what. You're not going to know why I'm not going to be here anymore. You're not going to know that. You're also not going to know the how. So all of those things: the how, the why, the where, the when. You're not going to know any of that. Don't know why you were told you would know that. You're not.
It's just going to be an extension of the rest of this week, basically.
Yeah, but I had my reasons for saying, look, I'm just going to leave, and a lot of them were therapeutic. And so when I talked to my therapist about it and said, well, how do you feel? Blah blah blah, and he was like, this sounds like a pattern that you do, and you will reject love just because of the fact something negative happens in your life. Isn't there a possibility that this could be an opportunity for you to really feel like how much people appreciate you? And I'm like, therapy.
How dare you?
Because I had my own mind made up. You know what? Because that's how I do my life. It's like, you know what? Fine, I'm going. And so, Steve, I'm happy too. I just hope I didn't make it too much of a pain in your ass, because this is very short notice that I decided to do this tomorrow.
I don't think it's been easier to get people to say yes to doing,
Well, these people definitely have issues, because nobody should say yes to even talking to me, let alone being on the show.
I mean, instantly, as soon as I send a text to certain people, that it got right back. I think about Sarah Colonna and Joe Coy. Joe cracks me up though. He instantly is like, yes, absolutely. I'm so sad to hear that. And then, okay, how about one of these times? I've not heard back. I've texted him a few times.
He's a big
so
star
busy.
now.
I think
He's
it's
a big star
you
now.
catch someone at the right time, they have the time to write back. I mean, we're all guilty of that, but sometimes you're just knee deep in a billion other things and you forget.
I will always treasure
But just know that he cared enough to say yes.
Yeah, and you're right. And if Joe hadn't been so awesome to us every time he's been on the show, even as he had his meteoric rise, and you and I both knew it's like we're not going to have these kind of conversations anymore.
No.
He's going to be way too busy for this.
There's other comics that we've had that kind of relationship with, and then once they got to that level, we never hear back, and it's nothing personal. It's
just what they do.
Their lives are crazy. I mean, look at Bert Kreischer. I know he loves us, but
he's got lots going on too.
Once all of a sudden he's doing the Gorge and Climate Pledge, it's
hard.
You're getting pulled in a million directions. So the fact that Joe's even really, he was super bummed.
I mean, Joe gave me his telephone number and said, "Come to my house and stay."
Yeah,
and that. So he's a great guy, and you're right. Bert is.
He won't return to your text if you ask him to actually stay there.
Yeah, that would be a problem now. But I think if I got him before he was a big movie star and is selling out arenas, and Bert's the same way. Bert would be like, yes, except like you said, those two guys are such quality individuals that. They're just so super busy, and you and I sort of understand what that's like, but to a much smaller degree. You gotta, they got families, they got lives, and they also have an incredibly busy schedule because they're super popular. But I know in their heart of hearts what they think.
Oh yeah,
absolutely. I know that.
I can screenshot you the text he sent me.
Thank you. I would like that.
I'm sure there's an AI software we could just have the AI software read what he said.
So tomorrow is, in fact, is the last show for me on KISW. I will talk more. People are going to ask, because there's also, there's the past of how did this happen. There's the present of, okay, this is happening now. And then people are probably going to have questions about the future. I can't probably tell you a whole lot about that because, well, first of all, you have to have a future. But we'll talk more a little bit tomorrow, and or even maybe now. So let's go to Joe Dredd. Joe, you are on the rock.
Good morning, BJ.
Morning, buddy. What you got, man?
Well, I wanted to talk about the past, but before I jump into that, I wanted to update you about T. Thomas Howell. You were talking about him earlier.
Yes. The actor. Yes.
Yes. He's on some new Netflix series called Obliterated.
Oh, okay.
And, my wife and I started watching it, and it's pretty funny. The humor is kind of crass, but they warn you that there's going to be nudity on this show. And let me tell you,
now, Joe, I'm going to tell you something. You're not going to like this, Joe. We have a lot of calls that you're eating up your time, buddy.
Go watch the show. It's funny. Anyway, how many years have you been on in Seattle now?
17.
Oh, in Seattle, 24. 17 on the rock.
Okay, so 24 years ago, I was listening to the Buzz when you first came on the air.
Yes.
So I've been listening to you since day one.
You have, Joe. You're like one of the OGs, and you've done a lot of our crazy contests, including half the crap that Brad came up with, who, by the way, will be on the show tomorrow. Brad, the producer from Hell, will be on the show tomorrow.
Right on, yeah. And you've been a big part of my life, and you're the reason why I met my wife, why I met her at the party.
It's a great contest.
And I'll tell you, we used to lay in bed and have the alarm clock tuned into the bus to wake us up. And one morning, I wake up to country music. My wife's like, "What is that?" I go, "Don't you know?" She's like, "No, what is that?" I go, "They changed their format." She's like, "They can't do that." I'm like, "Oh, yes, they can." Well, they didn't even warn us. Like, that's the way radio is.
Yeah.
We're warning this time.
You know what? Hey, Joe, I do have to take other people. Let me tell a quick story about that, because, Steve, there was a plan. When we first started here at The Rock, of course, it was all super secret stuff. And they were, the Buzz was a station they were going to flip to country. They were going to I was doing a midday talk show, and they were going to let me say goodbye to the listeners, but also tell them where we were going. But then there was another show that were, well, being jackasses. And because they were being jackasses, and even still, I felt like the company made the wrong move. The company just changed format. And didn't give me a chance to say goodbye. Didn't give me a chance to say, and again, because the management at the time wasn't the brightest, and so that's why that was so abrupt. It was supposed to be a lot smoother because we own both stations. When you own both stations, you can do it a little differently. Yes, because I wasn't going to the competition. I was going to my own company.
You were just going a few feet down the hall.
And also, the funny story is that Sergeant Hair Club kept everything so quiet about us going from the Buzz over to KISW, including the men's room. So there was a press conference, and I remember John Curley, I think, was so great. John Curley showed up, and I love John, and I love the fact that now he and I are both radio buddies. So I go to this press conference. I think I'm the only show that's going over. I think they're firing everybody else.
Yeah.
And since there was that abrupt change to country, I felt so horrible because I love the dudes in the men's room. So then I go
They were doing
there.
nights on the Buzz at the time.
Yeah. So then the crowd is littered with people for this press conference, and in the crowd, it's the men's room. And no one has said anything to me like they're having jobs, so I'm thinking they're fired. So I refuse to go on. And Dave is like, what is your problem? I go, I am not going to go out there in front of Miles and Thrill and talk about my great new job opportunity when you've thrown them out on the street. I go, you guys are bastards. I go, I almost don't even want this job. And Dave is like, you need to calm down. I go, no, I'm not going to calm down. This is BS. Those guys are good. And he goes, all right, guys, shut up. I can't tell you all these secrets. They're going to go over too. They're part of the station too. Just go out there and do your press conference. And I'm like, oh, all right. I had a huge fight with Hair Club because I was like, F you with how you're treating Miles and Thrill. This company sucks. And he's like, no, we just have to keep things secret. So that was the funny time of how all of that was handled, which, of course, I might have had issues.
Might have
had issues then. Let's go to, you know what? We got to take a break, but then we got
a lot
more
of calls, though. Yeah, we'll get back to them.
Let's try to get to them. Listeners on the loose.
Unless you just want to screw it, just go into the calls, man.
I have no problem with that. Let's just do that. Let's just screw it, Danny.
Screw it.
What are they going to do?
What are they going to do to you?
What are they going to do to me?
What are they going to do?
Maximize the compensation for your injury claim with Phillips Law Firm. With over 80 years of combined legal experience, they won't allow the insurance companies to dictate what's good enough for you. Whether it's an auto accident or workplace injury, contact Phillips Law Firm today. If they don't win, you don't pay.
Want a little more pleasure in your life? Make 2024 your year to experience more pleasure than you thought possible. Lovers has the best adult toys, lingerie, and accessories to explore alone or together. Let our associates guide you on your pleasure journey and save 20% on your purchase with Lovers Afterglow rewards. Just mention Love 20 at one of our 18 Western Washington locations. Offer valid with free Lovers Afterglow rewards membership until January 31st. Some exclusions apply.
Do you have boxes of old photos that are fading away? Well, now you can scan and restore those photos with the Epson Fast Photo Scanner, the perfect holiday activity. Fast Photo automatically scans both sides of your photos and even restores the color from faded photos. Just like hearing a great song, rediscovering an old photo can bring back memories that's fun to experience with friends and family. The Epson Fast Photo Scanner. Preserve what's priceless. Learn more. Visit Epson.com/fastphoto. Available at participating retailers and Epson.com.
What if they actually say I could stay? That would suck. Because I got plans.
What if they said, so long as the microphone is on,
yeah,
you can stay as long as you want.
That'll be my punishment.
You just do like 5 years of just never leaving this room.
Oh, that is a good point. I said tomorrow is my last show. Didn't say how long that last show would last.
Doesn't have to end the time. We just keep it going.
I have no problem with that. That would be so epic.
Now that's a stunt,
dude. We locked the door because that's what they used to do. They locked the door back in the day. I'm for that. I really am. What do you do? I got nothing going on tomorrow.
I got clean underwear.
Yeah,
I just celebrated my kid's birthday.
I don't know if you know this, but after tomorrow, my schedule's very open, so I can make time for this.
Yeah.
All right, let's go. 206-803-ROCK. It's listeners on the list. Let's go to Garbage Man Drew. Garbage Man Drew, you're on the rock.
Finally, Garbage Man Drew has returned.
Damn, it's been a minute, Garbage Man Drew.
You're going to give him a beep? He loves the horn.
Yeah, well, I'm doing plumbing now, but once that
well, can you somehow beep the toilet? I'm not sure.
Flush the toilet for us, Drew. Come on.
Oh, Drew, congratulations on the new gig, man. Plumbing is a great, man. You can make some cake.
Yes, thank you. BJ, you were just talking about the conference call or the press conference. I remember that. I was listening to that. You were flipping out. That was awesome.
Oh, I do. I know. I really, well, everybody in this room, Danny probably didn't have to go through it as much, but the Steve and Rev and Top Shelf and Double R and Brad and all the great people that have worked on this show, Vicky, of course, they all know. I mean, really, there's a special place in heaven for everybody that had to work with me probably prior to 3 years ago. So there really is a special place in heaven.
It's been a slow progression.
Has it been?
Yeah.
You know what? Said by a man who's probably had to have shock therapy just to be able to show up every day.
There's been a progression. What did I say? It's progress, not perfection.
Well, I mean, I got a lot of props from you. But I got to get to Drew. But I got props for you just because I don't know how you did it. I don't even know how you're still alive. I thought for sure you just
a shell of I once was, BJ.
I thought you would have just walked out to the ocean like in the movies and just never come back.
They keep sending me back.
Drew, what would you like to say, Drew? Steve and I are both giving ourselves props. We don't really care about you. What do you got?
We used to do in-studio visits. I met Dino Rossi, and it was when he lost the election. And I said, "Sir, I don't know what happened." I said, "I voted for you twice." And he looked at me and goes, "That's cute, kid."
Yeah.
But
that's I love that line. I do. I think I do remember that.
I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, Drew. Thank you so much for the support and the love, Dino Rossi. I really, you know what? I mean, for politicians, I love the fact that he wanted to come on our show because we were idiots. And Dino Rossi was like, look, I need, look, he was a great, but he's like, look, I need all the help I can get because it's tough to be a Republican in this state.
And we were just Nimrods. We're like, a politician wants to come on our show. Let's do it. And our boss, I remember yelling at him. He's like, do you realize now that you've had him on, you have to have everybody on? I'm like, I don't know. He's like, what the hell's wrong with you?
And I told our boss, no, we don't. He goes, what do you mean you don't? He goes, everybody hates me. No one's coming on this
Nobody
show.
else wanted to, yeah.
Yeah, because I grill them and they go, this is BS. He's actually going to ask us questions. That's the way to keep equal time. That's the way to beat equal time, Steve. Be an a-hole to the politicians and nobody will want to come on. Yep. But Dino was a really good dude. I really like Dino. I don't know what he's doing these days, but I hope things are going well for Dino. He was really a good dude.
I hope we don't have anything.
Yeah, I don't know. Hopefully he hasn't done anything bad. He's not in jail, is he? Because you just, I mean, here I am talking about a guy, and I don't know.
He's 64. He's
my people. He's my demographic. Dino and I got to stick together.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening.
I don't know if anybody knows what's going on with Dino Rossi, and hopefully it's nothing bad. Obviously we're not great friends because I have no idea what he's doing, but I really liked him when he came on the show. I thought he was a really good dude.
He was super nice, yeah.
And frankly, I mean, I don't know. I thought we could have done worse, to be honest with you. For people that we've had in that seat. Let's go to Alonzo. Alonzo, you are on the rock.
Hey guys, morning.
It's Listeners on the Loose. What you got for us, Alonzo?
Just want to touch base on that perfect storm that's happening in New York Giants, their quarterback.
Oh, Tommy DeVito? And his agent, Paulie Walnuts
from Sean Stiletto, something like that.
Exactly. I think we should call him Shawnee Walnuts. I really do. He looks like he's right out of a mob movie. Yeah. So, what would you like to say about Tommy and Shawnee?
Well, it's like I said, perfect storm. They're kind of relevant now. They're kind of in the playoff mix, and just kind of an amazing story how it's all happening for the guy.
Yeah. Yeah, look, Tommy. Yeah, you're right. You got to love those stories. Like last year, of course, Brock Purdy was the story. Like, who is this guy that nobody wanted, and all of a sudden now he's playing like he's on fire, and then he's got basically a broken arm as he's trying to compete in the Super Bowl. And so now we got Tommy DeVito like on a team that's hapless. But now may not be so hapless.
He's the first, I think I read it was like the first undrafted quarterback to win his first 3 games.
Yeah.
He's 3-0.
And he's got the greatest agent in the world, Shawnee Walnuts.
Did you hear about his family? Like they had like a big tailgate party, and like I think his cousin or somebody in his family made like 300 chicken cutlets.
Oh, I love this. It's just, that is so Italian.
It's everything about this. He's summing up what it was like growing up in Brooklyn in the last 3 weeks. Just seeing how his whole family is, his agent. Like these are all. They seem like ridiculous characters, but that was just like life growing up in an Italian family.
Carmela, bring the cutlets. All right, Tone, I'll bring the cutlets to the game. That's great. I love that. It's Listeners on the Loose, 206-803-ROCK, the number to call, the number to text. Let's go to Kate in the Olympic Peninsula. Wow. Easy for me to say. Kate, you're on the rock.
Good morning, guys.
Good morning, Kate. What you got for us?
Well, I got something for you. But first, I wanted to say goodbye. And I loved you, and this has been fabulous. All these years listening to you, you kept my days going and made work life easy. But Here's one for you.
Oh, there we go. But wait. It's not. They didn't say it was your last show. Why did she give you a gift? I don't understand.
I don't know. She knows by me maybe being happy. It rubs off onto you.
Thank you, Kate. I thank you so much.
You are a beautiful human being.
That is so awesome. I also would like to say this because I don't know how much time we're going to have tomorrow. So if I have to be redundant, I have to be redundant. I want to say this. Tomorrow is happening. And a lot of you folks are, communicating with all of us, wanting answers. I want you to know this, that a lot of times in the world of business, the people that work in a business have very little control over what happens. And it really sucks because you're upset. You want answers. I get it. It's happening over to, obviously at Danny Bonaducci's station. Even though he's retiring, those folks love him and they're going to miss him. And I get it. It's the same thing for you listeners, which is why, and you rockaholics, which is why I wanted to do a goodbye show. It sucks. I am not going to tell you that this doesn't suck because we've been a part of your morning like this for your entire time. But I really want you to be kind. Whatever happens in the future here on The Rock, I want you to be kind because the people that work in this building, and that's everybody in this building, have been so good to me. And, that's like these kind of things just sometimes happen beyond the people you work with, which is really sucky when you're in a publicly traded company because they're giant companies with all sorts of concerns that have nothing to do with the little place that I'm working in. And, so even though you're upset, we get you're upset. We're not invalidating your upsetness, if that's a word.
Right. But trust us, we're equally as upset.
Yeah, but be kind to whatever happens next. Not that I know what's going to really happen, because, again, I'm not an employee after tomorrow, so they're not going to tell me anything. But really be kind but we get it. We get that it sucks. And, Steve, it's really weird because when we started 17 years ago, we had to give a similar message to all the Howard Stern fans because we knew it sucked for them that Howard was gone.
Yes. And that was a credit to you because it was just, hey, why are we going to go on and be like, screw that guy and he left you? A lot of radio stations across the country pulled that trick and it didn't work out well for them.
Do you know how many corporate conversations I may have had?
I would imagine a lot.
About how I should do that and why I'm a bad employee for not listening. And it's like, no, you really don't know what you're talking about. I'm not going to do that.
Across the country, it was Howard left you all, Howard abandoned you, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know what, after... I think there's many reasons, but
that
one of the
corporate
reasons,
guys who came up with those ideas,
no
longer working for the company.
Not shocked. But,
I'm so happy I didn't listen to him, even though he called me a horrible employee. I didn't listen to him because I thought that was a stupid idea.
And I think that was one of the many reasons why I felt like you taking over for Howard ended up being more successful than even having Howard here. Without getting into the details of the numbers, but every other market that replaced Howard failed.
Yeah,
every other market was mad, try to take basically pit the listeners against Howard, and it's like, why are you going to do that? They were fans of his, and now they don't have him, but they have a new show. Like, why would you not embrace them?
I tried to use the analogy that if mommy dies, you don't then go tell the children, guess what? She was a bitch anyway. I mean, you don't do that. They're still grieving over the loss of their mother. Yeah, and by the way, here's the new mommy. She's
3 years younger than you, but here's your new mommy.
She's half your age and twice as hot. You don't Kid Rock the situation. You really go... Put yourself in their shoes. It sucks. This is your daily routine. And I know how much it's going to suck. And people have been really contacting us. And sometimes there's anger that goes along. It's all part of the stages of grief. But just do know that the people that you get to interact with, and that is everybody on our show, those are the people you interact with, and you're angry, but please, if you can, be kind, because those folks are great people who I've gotten to work with for so long and had such a great relationship with. Unfortunately, you don't get to talk to the idiots that make decisions sometimes. And by idiots, I mean, probably people who shouldn't even have jobs, but you're the ones they're the ones that always last to leave companies. Every company, not just radio, every company has people in high-ranking positions that really, don't ever have to really be accountable for what they do half the time. And unfortunately, you don't get to talk to those folks. It's too bad because they're the ones that make the decisions. But the people here... Oh, please be kind. All right, let's go to Mike. Mike in Arlington. Mike, you are on The Rock.
BJ, how are you doing? Good morning.
Not too bad, Mike. I actually have to say I'm doing a lot better. We'll see tomorrow. I might be a bit of a mess tomorrow because my daughter, she cries at the drop of the hat, and she's going to be bawling her eyes out, and then that's going to be hard for me not to be bawling my eyes out. But
do we place bets on how soon until she's? No, that's probably not right.
Dude, no, you should. Dude, you're going to lose. The over/under should be like 20 seconds.
I was thinking like 6:05.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she might be
Nick,
crying
how
as
are
we
you
come in the
doing?
door. Because we drive to work together, and so she loves this routine that we do, where we drive to work together, daddy and daughter thing. She will be crying in the car. She will be. Look at how's she doing right now? Yeah,
She's smiling, but it's kind of like how my daughter right now when we tell her, you shouldn't be crying about that, and then she puts on a fake smile.
But, Mike, I'm doing well. How about yourself, sir? What do you got?
I'm doing good, man. I just wanted to say congratulations on your 17-year with 99.9, and we definitely will all miss you. Congratulations on your future steps that happen. And Migs, I'm telling you, man, brother, if you ever need a wrestling match, I'm going to take you 1, 2, 3. Championship belt.
Wow. How about that?
I was not expecting us to go down that road.
I'll
see you in the ring, brother.
He really hasn't mourned me very much. He's like, yeah, BJ, gonna miss you, but I really want to kick Steve's ass.
Say your prayers, say your farewells to BJ Shea, and then what you going to do when Migsomania runs wild on you? What the hell's going on, BJ?
I don't either. But you know what? If the way we've done horrible, touching tributes for people, par. It really should be the same for me. Let's go to Alec and Everett, 206-803-ROCK. It's listeners on the loose. You pick the topic. You guide the show. Alec, you're on the rock.
BJ Shea.
Who cares? What you got for us, buddy?
Well, we care. I just want to say, first time, long time. Nice. I'm 32 years old. I've listened to you every day for the past 17 years.
Oh, thanks, man.
You created the routine for us, so thank you.
You're very, very welcome. And look, I will talk about it more tomorrow, but a lot of people seem to think I'm retiring, and I think they're just confusing with the fact that Danny Bonaducci's retiring. Danny had a very, very successful career and manages money well, which is why he can retire. And he's happily married. Me, I've destroyed my marriage. I don't have a job after tomorrow. I can't retire because I'm an idiot. So believe me, if you...
this is the making of a great country music song, so
really
maybe it's time for you to get on the country
I got to get a dog.
Yes.
And then I'm 100%.
And a hat.
Yeah, I'm ready to go. So there's only two things I know how to do. I know how to do this, and I also know how to work in supermarkets. So QFC, Safeway, Albertsons, and any radio station within calling distance, I'm probably going to be bothering you.
Oh, one text, I want to know, which Fred Meyer will you be at?
Dude, I would... You believe me? I walk through Fred Meyer and I go, this wouldn't be bad if I could somehow make a living here. Because I love that business. I really do.
The one in Puyallup got some nice new shopping carts.
Oh, see?
So at least if you have to put them
I love how I know. Look at you. You know what? You're Puyallup bragging again about all the great things you have down there. I know.
We'll be closer. We can get Indian food together.
I would love to get Indian food together. Let's go to Daniel in St. Louis, probably listening on the Odyssey app, AUDACY. Daniel, you are on the rock.
Hey, BJ.
Hey, Daniel, what you got, buddy?
Just calling to say thank you, and it's been wonderful listening to you, and I got a salute for you.
Oh, look at this. Okay.
Hell yeah.
Okay, look, I appreciate it. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you so much. I think that the people are asking to wrestle with you. People are beeping horns because you love that, all in tribute of me leaving. I really, what's next? People going to sing Dominic the Donkey? Somehow going out the door? It's the worst goodbye ever.
Someone's like, hey, BJ, just wanted to call to wish you the best. And in honor of you, I purchased 2 Kraken jerseys for Danny and Steve.
I know, really.
Where can I mail them to?
So do I have to say it's your last day so that people will maybe say nice things to me? All right, maybe that's what I got to do. All right, Justin, up in the great state of Ferndale. Justin, you are on the rock.
Hey, good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Justin. What's up, buddy?
Hey, I just want to say, BJ, thank you for absolutely everything. I started listening to you in high school, way out of there now, and you guys have been my routine, like the other caller was saying, for the last 17 years, and I do appreciate it. I was also happy to be able to make that little card holder for you and the E-Rock.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
That's right. The 3D
Appreciate
printing.
that.
Yep.
Yeah, thank you.
You rock, Justin.
Justin, thank you, man. I love that card holder, man. People are like, how'd you get that? I go, that's right.
He's like, I just 3D printed something really special for Joey.
Yeah, everybody, I get nothing. I'm glad that we could keep you company. And again, we do know, seriously, everybody in this room, the people that work here, and also really the management team, everybody locally, they understand the impact on your life when something you love and something you care, you really start your day with in the routine. And when that ends, they do know that. And we know that. So, I don't, it's again, like I told you, it's usually sometimes decisions are made by people that you don't even know what they look like, and so that just happens, man. So just be cool to everybody in this whole room and all that. That would be nice. I would really, really love that if you could. I know you're upset, and we'll try to get this through this together. And I don't know, maybe if you tell me where you live, I'll come and do a show for you. I mean, if you got $50, I'll come in your front lawn and I'll tell you what I think about
$50 and
things.
breakfast.
Yeah, that could work. All right, let's go to Brandon and Renton. You're on the Rock.
Hey, BJ, how you doing today?
Not too bad, buddy. What you got?
So, I just wanted to say I'm sorry to hear that you're leaving. You guys are part of my morning at work every day.
Yeah.
And
thank you for making us a part of your morning every day, man. That we really, really appreciate that.
Every time something like this happens, the show just isn't the same. So
yeah.
I'm sorry to hear that this is happening.
Yeah. Brandon, thank you so much for the kind words, and I know what you mean. Last year we went through this. We lost the Reverend in Fuego, and it was a similar situation where we really just said, look, this is what it is. And I am happy to report, though, because a lot of people love the Rev, as do we. Yeah. And the Rev is working over at Cairo, and he's doing a lot of stuff behind the scenes for them, and it was the happiest job recommendation I could ever give when Brian, the big boss over at Cairo, called me and said, tell me about this guy, Rev. And I'm like, here's what I'll tell you. Hire his ass as soon as you can. Because he's a great guy, and they love him over there.
I never replied to that guy's phone call.
Yeah, it's a good thing that I did, because otherwise Rev would be probably hunting us both down.
Now and say yes?
See, you forgot that Rev sometimes is a little crazy, and I didn't want him to hunt me down by not giving him a good recommendation. So Rev is over at Cairo. He's doing really well. He loves it over there. They love him over there, and they're a great bunch of people over there too. So, and I'm happy to say that again, because how you guys all know the business world. We know it, and it's not just us. I mean, Zulily, you've heard stuff. I mean, stuff just happens, and business sucks, and having to make money sucks, and so decisions have to be made. And you're right, it does affect the show. We've had that over the years, for whether or not it was the company decision or sometimes an employee just made it really difficult for them to be able to stay. And we've always had to shuck and jive and move around and hopefully try to still give you a good show. And the one thing about KISW is it has a history of great morning shows. That's the thing, and I'm so proud to be part of that history. This rock station is legendary, not just for the music and all the cool stuff they did, but all of the talent, all of the personalities that KISW has had over the years. And I am confident that even though I'm not going to be a part of this anymore, you know what? That this station just will always, always foster that kind of environment to have great talent. And hopefully, you'll still get to have enjoyment in the morning. And hopefully somebody will ask me to come to their front yard for $50. Okay.
Costco, Josh, I can hook you up with a spot as a greeter at Costco.
Dude, I would love that, because I could go run around. Can you eat this? You guys at Costco get mad if I go do the samples? Because I'm a worker. Is that not a good look? Because
guy's taking 17 breaks on his first day on the job.
Dude, I would be so.
He's got a mouthful of pizza pockets.
I have the pizza pockets coming out of my mouth,
sauce oozing out of your mouth
during my exit interview.
Welcome to Costco.
BJ, look, we love you, but we have no more samples. Get out. All right. Today is Coats for Kids Day, and we have teamed up with the Washington State Council of Firefighters. We are getting new coats to put on those kids. This is the day. This is our final push day, and want to thank Ryan Castle and the men's room and Taryn for also getting involved so that we can get those 2,500 coats. Text KISW to 44321. I'm sorry, text KISW GIVE to 44321. That's KISW GIVE. Or you can head to KISW.com to donate today.
$29,000 raised so far.
I don't know if this will be my final Ryan Castle question of the day. Do we have one for tomorrow? We're not going to do one tomorrow? I don't know.
No, we're not going to do it.
Okay,
tomorrow.
So then this also, actually, I'm going to say this. This is a very special moment. Steve, I don't know how we came up with this, but this was a way for us. They said, hey, find a way, to talk to Ryan Castle. And we said, hey, how about if we just do these two? I don't know who came up with this, but this has become one of my favorite sort of transitional things of this Ryan Castle question of the day. And it's kind of sad now that I'm realizing this will be the last one that I'll ask. But here it is. What do Ryan Castle and Charlie Sheen have in common?
I have a different brain, I have a different heart, I have a different, I got tiger blood, man.
That's tiger blood, baby. All right, I will tell you at 9:53 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW. And now, the Ryan Castle question of the day.
What do Ryan Castle and, hold on, I'll tell you.
Charlie Sheen.
Charlie
It's
Sheen.
Charlie Sheen.
Thank you. Thank you, buddy. What do Ryan Castle and Charlie Sheen have in common?
Does it have anything to do with drugs?
Winning.
Yeah, it's probably all that.
You borrow my brain.
You're right,
for
BJ,
5
by the way.
seconds
This is your favorite segment of the show.
Thank you.
What does that mean about all the other When I heard you say that, I thought, you know what, that's very nice, and I know why. It's because of me.
That is exactly that. Yeah, that's a statement.
Shut up.
So I guess you're welcome.
Yeah, no problem. You know what I mean? I anytime at all that I can bask in whatever the hell it is that you've got going on over there, I will. So Charlie Sheen, what do they have in common? Well, I will tell you this. Ryan Castle, I think, is sober, isn't he?
No, that's what I said. That what they don't
yeah,
have in
you're
common.
right. He's
one's
not
sober and the other one's not.
Yeah, you're right. No. I really wanted to celebrate your sobriety, but Charlie Sheen's got you beat, buddy. 6 months sober next month.
Wow.
And
look, if Charlie Sheen can do it, even I could do it.
I don't think so.
Well, the problem is I'm not interested.
That's why I don't think so. I feel like you just never see a good option for being sober.
That's one of those things you gotta wanna do, and I don't wanna.
And frankly, I really think the word functioning is perfect for you because you know what, you do your job well. You really do.
Well, thanks.
Yeah, he says it's all about raising his two twin boys, Max and Bob. So he's got a very consistent lifestyle now.
Okay.
I don't know what does that mean. Very consistent. I have no idea. Because you could consistently be a drunk and have whores. I mean, you could do that too, Charlie. But
look at me.
I rest my case. Ryan Castle. He's got a 12-pack next.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. If I call Travis, will I actually see him or someone who works for him?
Absolutely. When you come in to my office, when you first call in, my staff will try to help you with any basic questions that you have. I can give you a call back, but they'll usually try to schedule you for a free consultation with me, the attorney, and I'll meet with you personally. We'll talk about the basics of your case, and I'll take you through a question and answer session an interview that usually lasts about 30 minutes. We'll get the basics of your financial situation. I can answer your questions, and we can talk about whether bankruptcy makes sense, your non-bankruptcy options, and how bankruptcy could affect you, what the process is.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. Thanks for listening.
Maximize the compensation for your injury claim with Phillips Law Firm. With over 80 years of combined legal experience, they won't allow the insurance companies to dictate what's good enough for you. Whether it's an auto accident or workplace injury, contact Phillips Law Firm today. If they don't win, you don't pay.
Want a little more pleasure in your life? Make 2024 your year to experience more pleasure than you thought possible. Lovers has the best adult toys, lingerie, and accessories to explore alone or together. Let our associates guide you on your pleasure journey and save 20% on your purchase with Lovers Afterglow rewards. Just mention Love 20 at one of our 18 Western Washington locations. Offer valid with free Lovers Afterglow rewards membership until January 31st. Some exclusions apply.